And they're going to start Odo at left tackle. So Darisaw apparently not a go, at least to start. Fake the handoff. Cousins sets, throws to the near side, wide open at the 42. It's caught by Justin Jefferson, and he's got a first down. Quickly tackled after the grab by Darius Slay. So what's the approach coming in? Get the ball to Justin Jefferson, 15 yards on the first play from scrimmage.
On Darius Slay at that, lined up on the left side, right around the numbers, and just runs away from him, runs an over route all the way across the field, and is able to catch it on that opposite sideline. Them setting the tempo really on, saying, hey, Slay, we're not afraid of you with Jefferson. We're going to attack this one-on-one matchup.
C.J. Ham, the fullback, in front of Alexander Madison. They're going to toss it near side. Jefferson, the catch, and it's blown up by Darius Slay. So they go right back to him. It's a 1-yard pickup. Slay with the tackle down low.
It was one of those plays where it's a run called in a huddle. Kirk Cousins sees something, gets the snap from under center, and just throws it right out to Justin Jefferson. The one thing you know about Slay, he's never going to back down from a challenge. First pass completed on him, second one, he comes up and makes a tackle after a 1-yard gain.
Slay, a 5-time Pro Bowler, last week had yet another touchdown, interception return, 70 yards, 4 defensive touchdowns since 2020, the most in the NFL over that span. 2nd and 9, Cousins passed the ball, hit as he throws, incomplete, and Cousins got smashed. He was trying to dart one underneath, but Fletcher Cox and Josh Sweat just collaborated on that hit.
3 plays, 3 passes. You're talking about Sweat and Cox coming through, making a hit as they work a game, and Cox coming around Sweat to make the hit on Kirk Cousins right there. It's going to be tough to run the ball, and that's why they came out and they're throwing the ball early on. They're going to have to do some things up front to slow down this Eagles pass rush.
Dime package here for Philadelphia. 3rd and 9. The crowd is loud early. 8:24 to go. Opening quarter. Eagles lead at 3-0. Chuck up. Cousins. They handle the rush initially. Cousins fires it in with the pressure. Cousins trying to hit KJ Osborne, and the Vikings will punt it away.
The Vikings right there leave their fullback Ham and Hawkinson in to try to block to slow down the rush. Avonte Maddox and Osborne matched up. Osborne wanted a flag as he came across the middle, and Maddox was able to get his hand in there. Osborne slipping on the play, felt like Maddox had something to do with him falling to the ground. Refs don't see it. They don't call it. They're off the field on 3rd down.
And a smart play by Jordan Davis. He pulled up. He didn't extend on that hit on the quarterback. The punt from Ryan Wright. It's a good one down to the 9-yard line. Britton Covey's got it along that right side. He fumbles the football. Covey coughs it up. They try to pounce on it at the 10. Looks like Philadelphia recovers. Britton Covey off the practice squad, elevated, and the Eagles had Keely Ringo back there, and he was Johnny on the spot to come away with it at the 10. We'll step aside with 8:08 remaining in this opening quarter. The Eagles have the football. They've got a 3-0 lead over Minnesota. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Rich Eisen here, and if you're enjoying this game and want to be in the game every day, there's something the guys here on my show studio have been enjoying. Prize Picks Daily Fantasy Sports, the #1 daily fantasy sports app. If you're eager to test your knowledge and skills, play the game enjoyed by millions, and join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Don't sit on the sidelines this season. Join the guys in my studio today and see how your picks stack up with them and your fellow fans. The guys just told me that Prize Picks matched their first deposit up to $100. Do the same for yourself when you visit prizepicks.com/primetime and use code primetime. That's code primetime at prizepicks.com/primetime. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
School on! Save on!
Back to school is on, and Staples has great prices on everything you need for your best year yet. Save on headphones and laptops. Save on notebooks, pens, and all the essentials. Priced low and still in stock. And right now at Staples, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are only 50 cents each. Plus, select notebooks are just 35 cents each. School on, save on at Staples, where school savings are always in session. Ends 9/16. In-store only, limit 30.
Time right now for the Shopify Fact of the Game. The Eagles' last 19 regular season games that Jalen Hurts has started are 18-1. That's the Shopify Fact of the Game. Want to sell smarter? Get Shopify. Shopify's commerce platform helps you sell more with the best converting checkout on the internet. Get a $1 per month trial at shopify.com/football. Philadelphia takes over 1st and 10 at its own 10-yard line. They avoid disaster on the Covey fumble. He was hit by Dye on the play. Troy Dye, a backup linebacker, but recovered by Philly. And now they've got it deep in their own territory.
Minnesota stuck with the pressure last series. I want to see if they play a little bit more zone and back off, or they continue to bring the heat to Jalen Hurts.
Hurts will operate out of the gun. He's got DeAndre Swift to his left. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Snap handled by Hurts. Protection holds up. He throws to the right side. And over the shoulder attempt by Dallas Goedert. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. Had a step on Harrison Smith. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Jalen Hurts trying to squeeze that one in between 2 defenders, had the corner sitting down low, and then had the safety over the top, had Goddard on that right sideline, throws it over the shoulder. Goddard makes the catch, but can't get that second foot down, trying to thread the needle right there. Jalen Hurts getting the ball to Goddard, who had 0 catches last week.
Shotgun here for Hurts. Swift on his left side, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. He's got the snap. Hurts gets rid of it quickly. Underneath, it's Goddard. Tries to turn it upfield along the numbers on that right side, and he's limited to a 5-yard pickup. Harrison Smith, the 6-time Pro Bowler, with the tackle for Minnesota.
I feel like for our listeners, they're going to hear me say this a lot. Brian Flores brings a ton of pressure again on another down. Goddard lined up in the slot. DB's just too far off with the pressure, able to make a nice, easy completion to bring up a 3rd down and manageable to where Jalen Hurts could possibly use his feet or get the ball on the outside.
Minnesota looking for improvement on that side of the ball. They were bottom 5 in most categories last season defensively, and a flag down.
5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Clay Martin, 6-year referee, calls it out. False start on the veteran Lane Johnson on that right side. So back it up to the original line of scrimmage at the 10-yard line. This will be 3rd and 10.
Lane Johnson sees all the pressure that they're bringing as well. Just flinched a little in his stance on that right side right there, anticipating getting out early to get his depth to try to protect his very expensive quarterback.
And by the way, it's not just last year with Minnesota. 2020, they were 27th in the league in team defense. 2021, 30th. Last year, 31st. They're going in the wrong direction. Hurts out of the pocket to his right, running. Hurts tries to put a move, and he is spun down at the 14-yard line. He got hit by Jordan Hicks, a former Eagle, and it's a gain of 4. So Philadelphia will punt it. Minnesota's defense does the job.
Hold up, 3 and out. Philadelphia comes out with a bunch of receivers. Goddard, Watkins, and Smith to the right, trying to create some confusion. Minnesota sees it, drops fully into a zone, drops everybody, brings no heat on that one. Soon as they see the ball leave Hurts' hands, everybody's breaking, flying around. A gang tackle right there to not let Hurts pick it up.
The Aussie Aaron Sipos to punt it. It's a line drive kick. Powell moves forward. He's got it cleanly at the 46, and he has room to midfield. To the 45, turns it upfield to the 40. Oh, he comes up the football at the 35, and Philadelphia's got it. Minnesota was going to have tremendous field position. Justin Evans got in there on special teams to knock it free. And the Eagles recover. Evans with the strip. The recovery from Nicholas Morrow, activated off the practice squad, and the Eagles get it back.
What a play, Ian. I'm watching him return this, and I'm looking down that right sideline as he cuts it up. And in my mind, I'm like, he may score. He may score. Evans trailing the play, comes out of nowhere, takes that right hand around his back and slaps the ball out. Just a really good play after it was going to be a good return to get the ball right back in Jalen Hurts' hands.
So Hurts and the Eagles take over at the 27-yard line. Swift in the backfield. Hurts handed to him. There's a running lane for Swift, and he is banged down at the 34-yard line by Harrison Smith. 7-yard pickup for DeAndre Swift. Now in his 4th year in the league, does have the ability to bounce it to the outside.
There's something about that Eagles offensive line. Mailata just clears up space. Swift sees it, gets right in his hip pocket, and able to pick up a nice first down gain.
Philadelphia moving with some pace here. Handoff, DeAndre Swift. Shaking, big move to the right. He's got a first down. Good block from Lane Johnson. They needed 4 yards. They got 4 yards to move the chains with 5.5 to go in this opening quarter.
Momentum is one heck of a thing. Right there, Minnesota goes 3 and out, punt the ball, get a turnover. First 2 plays of this drive, Swift carrying the ball, picks up a first down. That offensive line is getting movement on the Vikings front.
Swift, originally a 2nd-round pick in 2020. They give it to him again, looping to the right side. Swift, nice move to midfield, and he spun down at the 49. Cam Jurgens on the right side helps create space for a 12-yard pickup for DeAndre Swift, and now they're getting a little bit of rhythm in the run game.
Yes, they are. Swift is fun to watch, rocking that number 0, getting the ball on the left side of the line, cuts it all the way back to the right, to the outside, showing that he has the speed and acceleration to do a number on this defense. Minnesota on this drive is not doing a good job on the outside of keeping the ball bottled in.
4 carries, 24 yards for Swift. He was acquired for a 4th-round pick to add depth to that running back room. Stepping up in the pocket, Hurts in trouble, and Hurts is sacked. Back in Philadelphia territory, he goes down right around the 42. Danielle Hunter, first man there, and then other Vikings join the party. It's a loss of 6 on the play.
Bringing heat right there. Ivan Pace comes from his linebacker position, and he blitzes. Danielle Hunter is able to come off and get the sack, and it's almost like a mixed mosh of a sack. About 4 different Vikings defenders all had a hand in on bringing Jalen Hurts to the ground. Hunter, a guy who says that he feels like he can impact the game in every single facet.
Call it 2nd down and 17 with under 4 minutes to go now in this opening quarter. Shotgun for Hurts, back in Philly territory. Fake the handoff, dump it off to the near side. Caught by Goddard. Goddard tries to turn it upfield. 3 defenders in the area, and they hold him to 1 yard through the air. Caleb Evans among those there with the young safety Theo Jackson. Both are young players in their 2nd year.
Right there, Goddard lined up in his normal tight end position, gets the little screen, and it looks like he has space early on. Theo Jackson, who gave up the big play to Devontae Smith a series ago, comes flying up from that safety position down that right numbers and makes a good hit, and Evans finishes it off. You love to see DBs in the back end not afraid to come up and put their nose in something and make a tackle.
6 defensive backs here for Minnesota. This is a 3rd and 16 for Philadelphia. We hit 3 minutes to go first quarter. Deep drop. Hurts in the pocket. He throws. Intercepted at the 35-yard line. Theo Jackson running with the football. He's going to be marked down where he picked it off. So Philly hands it right back to the Vikings. 2:51 remaining in this opening quarter. Minnesota will get it back when we return. The Eagles in front, 3-0. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Get in zone, AutoZone. AutoZone is more than a parts store. It's where we help you solve problems like, sorry I'm late, my battery died. And
I need a jump again.
At America's #1 battery destination, you can find the right battery at the right price with options starting at only $89.99. And we offer free battery testing and charging whenever you need it. Get the parts and help you need to get the job done right at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet on the BetQL Network, weekdays 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is the BetQL Network?
The BetQL Network is where the smartest sports betting talk meets the most entertaining sports betting talk. We call it Wagertainment.
Not bury the lead here. Folks, Jenks is 7-0 this week.
I love ugly football. This is so degenerate. Is this a live betting game?
Listen to the BetQL Network anywhere and anytime on the new and improved Odyssey app, or watch us on twitch.tv/BetQL, presented by the King of Sportsbooks, BetMGM.
I've got a hot tip for you if you want to refresh your home for fall and save on it all. Get to Kohl's right now. I just shopped their limited time home deals, and not only did I save an extra 15%, I also got a great deal on a Ninja blender, an entire cookware set for under $60, and so much more. Plus, I earned Kohl's Cash. So what are you waiting for? Get your home refresh done and set for fall fun. Get to Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end September 17th. 15% off ends September 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Colts.com for details.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter. Locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
Welcome back. Grainger broadcast booth in Philadelphia, along with Jason McCourty. I'm Ian Eagle. Devin will be joining us in the second quarter. Tackle your to-do list with Grainger. From locker rooms to plant floors, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. So turnover by Philadelphia. Uneven performance last week gave Eagles fans a little bit of concern, but the fact that they were coming home, taking on the Minnesota Vikings, and here we are in this opening quarter, and kind of the same vibe from last week in many ways.
Very much so. We saw the running game get going on that last drive, but on that third down, Minnesota has everybody up showing blitz, and they all get out on the snap. Jalen Hurts just trying to make a play, forces it in the middle, and Theo Jackson makes him pay.
TJ Hawkinson, the tight end, in motion from right to left. Minnesota takes over after the turnover. 1st and 10 from the 35. It's a handoff from Madison, working that left side inside the hash, and he turns it over. Madison gives it away. Justin Evans has got the football, and the Eagles have it. This has been a turnover party in Philadelphia. Just like that, Minnesota gives it back.
Avonte Maddox going to finish off the play. His right hand is able to get in there and poke the ball out away from Madison as Evans comes up with it. Just going for the tackle, just doesn't have it secure, and that right hand punches it. Right now, if you're Minnesota Vikings, you don't even know what you have on offense because the Eagles have had the ball for 10 minutes, and they've only had it for a minute so far because of turnovers, the same thing that plagued them this past Sunday.
Minnesota has turned it over 2 times. Philadelphia 1. 11 turnovers in the first quarter for the Vikings. Swift. The fake to him, and then Hurts has to just eat it at the 39-yard line. He got hit by Jordan Hicks on the play. We are under 2:40 to go in this opening quarter. Ball spotted at the 39.
The boos have started here at the link after that one. Jalen Hurts keeps the ball, puts it in Swift's chest, pulls it out, trying to get on that left sideline. There was just nothing doing. The Eagles have had the ball for so long. Minnesota's only run 5 plays on offense so far.
Shotgun once again for Hurts. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Hurts in the pocket. Fires it to the near side. Caught by A.J. Brown right along the numbers. And picks up 5 yards on the play. Quickly tackled by Ivan Pace Jr., who's seen a lot of action. Undrafted free agent rookie out of Cincinnati, who transferred from Miami, Ohio. Now Boston Scott will check in at the running back spot.
Pace is a guy that they love from the beginning of training camp. He just continued to ascend up the depth chart, playing a lot of snaps so far for this defense with new coordinator Flores. He comes in, and when you're the new guy, you're going to play the guys you like that pick up and understand your defense.
They go empty here from the gun, 3rd and 5. A minute and a half to go in this opening quarter. Philadelphia leading 3-0. Shifting to the backfield, Boston Scott. Hurts design run for him, and Hurts is spun down. Jordan Hicks, first man there, and the fans react after the loss of 3. We talked about the change in coordinators. Brian Johnson, the new offensive coordinator. Sean Desai, the new defensive coordinator. When you win a lot, your coordinators are going to get hired. That's what happened with Philadelphia.
Not an easy job to do after a Super Bowl appearance, replacing those guys. In 3rd down, we're expecting them to throw the ball. Empty backfield as Scott went in motion. They were trying to get the Vikings to spread out to be able to hit them up, but the Vikings were ready for it. Those defensive linemen grabbed them in a hurry.
55-yard attempt for Jake Elliott. He swings the leg. The kick is on the way. It is no good. Off to the right. Philadelphia has nothing to show for that Forced turnover. 3-0. The Eagles remain in front with 42 seconds to go in this very bizarre opening quarter. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Before Shopify, did you find yourself wondering, where are my sales at? But now you're selling with Shopify, the global commerce platform supercharging your selling. You have no problem selling online, in person, on social media, and beyond. Gary, easy on the cha-ching. I can't even get my lines out.
Sorry, my bad. But my Shopify sales are through the roof.
Amazing, Gary. Bet you're loving how powerful Shopify's tools are.
And I can make my brand look however I want without code.
And that you can sell on all the marketplaces and socials from your Shopify store.
Or all that.
Gary, stop leaving sales on the table. Start selling with Shopify and discover how millions of businesses around the world use Shopify to ignite their selling. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/football. That's shopify.com/football. Shopify.com/football.
Imagine a football field. Now imagine 1.5 million football fields in a row. That's the distance a truck driver drives on average in a year. Each game day and every other day of the year, truckers drive these long distances to make sure we have everything from field equipment to foam fan fingers. On this National Truck Driver Appreciation Week, be sure to thank a trucker for their dedication to delivering. This ad is sponsored by Trucking Moves America Forward at truckingmovesamerica.com.
If business, the fall season is going to be a whole new ball game, then you need Indeed. Their integrated hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire quality candidates all in one place. Sponsor a job and Instant Match instantly sends you a short list of quality candidates from Indeed's resume database who fit your job description. No more hiring fumbles for your team. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by AutoZone. All season long, you can listen to our broadcast of the NFL live on WestwoodOneSports.com, on the NFL app, by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports, or on our affiliate stations' digital platforms. Make AutoZone your end zone. Check engine light on? Get it checked with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Restrictions apply. Time of possession. Ridiculous. 12 and a half minutes for Philly, 148 for Minnesota, but only 3-0 on the scoreboard, and Minnesota takes over at the 45. Boxed on the handoff attempt, and Cousins goes down. Kirk Cousins was fortunate that he didn't get completely clobbered, and a loss of 5 on the play. Austin Schlotman is the starting center for the injured Garrett Bradbury. They will not be sending this tape to Canton in the first quarter. Shotgun, 2nd and 15. We're down to 14 seconds left in the opening quarter. Motion man is Hawkinson, highest paid tight end in the NFL. Sets up slot left. Jump on the left side from Philly. Flags down. They give Cousins a free play. So he's going to take a shot down the field, left side, and it's knocked away. Justin Jefferson and Darius Slay 1-1 as the clock goes down to 0-0. But a jump, Fletcher Cox was among those that was not in legal position. So we're going to hear from Clay Martin once again. Just confirming everything.
Offside. Defense. Number 91. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down. This is the end of the first quarter.
So the end of the first quarter with Philadelphia in front of Minnesota, 3-0. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Rich Eisen here. And if you're enjoying this game and want to be in the game every day, there's something the guys here on my show studio have been enjoying. Prize Picks Daily Fantasy Sports, the #1 daily fantasy sports app. If you're eager to test your knowledge and skills, play the game enjoyed by millions, and join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Don't sit on the sidelines this season. Join the guys in my studio today and see how your picks stack up with them and your fellow fans. And the guys just told me that Prize Picks matched their first deposit up to $100. Do the same for yourself when you visit prizepicks.com/primetime and use code primetime. That's code primetime at prizepicks.com/primetime. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Welcome back to Philadelphia, along with Jason McCourty. I'm Ian Eagle. Our score as we start the second quarter. Philadelphia in front 3-0. Start of the second quarter, sponsored by Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details. Joining us right now and for the remainder of the game, it's two-time Pro Bowler, 3-time Super Bowl champion, also happens to be Jason's twin brother, Devin McCourty. Wonder Twins activate. Devin, welcome to the Westwood One family.
Man, I've been enjoying the game, and I tell you, Jay missed this. But right before that quarter ended, there's about 27 seconds left. Minnesota wasn't going to snap the ball. They were just trying to see if somebody on Philadelphia would jump, and they were trying to throw it up to Jefferson. They threw it up, incompletion, but they tried to steal 5 yards. I kind of got what they were doing. Playing for Bill Belichick, you learn some things, Jay.
I love how you come in and you're just straight in analyst mode. Ian's trying to introduce you, welcome you to the broadcast. You're like, hey, what I just saw was, I watched the whole quarter. I'm ready to go.
Man, I feel like Dennis Quaid in The Parent Trap. I don't know why. I never thought that would happen to me. Great to have both of you here. Obviously, a lot of indictment and a very odd first quarter as well. Somehow Minnesota is only down by 3, despite the fact that we've seen very little of their offense. Start of the second quarter, Vikings have it, 2nd and 12, now moving from right to left at their own 43-yard line. Madison in the backfield, Cousins throws it to the right, catch made at midfield, and it's hauled in, taking it up along the right side is Addison for a gain of 9. They'll come up short of the first down.
The Vikings just getting the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hands very quickly right there. A quick short pass out to Addison on the right side. The last few snaps, whether it was Jordan Davis or Jalen Carter or Fletcher Cox, they've been pushing the interior offensive line for the Vikings straight back into Kirk Cousins' lap.
Yep, good point, Jason. We should mention that Christian Darrisaw is not playing, doesn't have his helmet on. He is on the sideline. So Odo is in there. The throw from Cousins coming to the near side and caught by Osborne for a first down at the 42. 2 tacklers there to greet him, including Josh Jobe, who's filling in for the injured James Bradbury. And Devin, that's a case where Minnesota just needed to catch their breath a bit and exhale.
Like Jason said, they're throwing quick passes, quick slant on the left side, hits Osborne, and now they're right back on the ball trying to put some pressure on the Philadelphia defense.
Cousins under center, snap it and hand it off. Madison trying the right side, nothing doing. Jalen Carter, the rookie out of Georgia, 2-time national champion, attacks on the inside, and the All-American makes the play for a loss of 3.
Pretty soon, Kirk Cousins is going to look at this offensive line and say, hey, guys, we got to wake up. We got to come to play. You see right there, Jalen Carter shoots through the middle, tackle for a loss on Madison. They just need some help from the offensive line to get in front of somebody and try to stay there for a few seconds.
So backups in, Austin Schlotman for Bradbury, Oli Odo in for Darrisaw. 2nd and 13, Cousins. Quick pass to the right side, hauled in by Hawkinson and then angled out of bounds by Zach Cunningham. So the 7-year veteran makes the play after the 4-yard pickup. Clearly, Hawkinson is going to be part of this game plan, Jason.
Yes, and Kevin O'Connell understands what's going on. Another quick pass. You have Hawkinson right here lined up in that tight end spot to the right, just going straight to the sideline, and Cousins is able to hit him. These quick hitting plays, they're going to have to hit on some of these and force this Eagles secondary to step up, then go play action, protect, and be able to take the shots down the field.
Dime package here for Philadelphia with Sidney Brown in, the rookie out of Illinois. This is a 3rd and 9 from the 41. Deep drop, the throw, Cousins on time. Hawkinson's got it over the middle, and he's slammed down inside the 20. Justin Evans eventually makes the play. Hawkinson, such a big target, 24 yards, 6'5", 248, Jason.
You know football. You just mentioned TJ Hawkinson's name and getting involved. Lined up to the left in a slot position behind the receiver. Slow walking off the ball, is able to hit Evans with a little bit of a hesitation at the top of his route, crosses his face into the middle of the field. Kirk Cousins, absolute dime to catch him and pick up that first down.
Line of scrimmage is in at the 20. Finally, Minnesota is threatening. Two tight ends in this formation. Handoff. Madison cuts it to the outside, running left, and he is chopped down along the sideline. But Avonte Maddox may have been injured on the play. 4-yard pickup. Maddox was grabbing at his shoulder.
And you can see right here, Minnesota decides, you know what? We're throwing quick passes. Let's do a run play, but let's toss it and get outside, because I think Philadelphia is going to be comfortable with the quick throws and saying a bunch of those quick throws will not beat us and get you into the end zone.
Devin, they're making some substitutions here. Mario Goodrich is in, replacing Avonte Maddox. Goodrich is a youngster himself. Take the handoff, bootleg to the right. Cousins to the right. Caught by Jefferson, looking for the angle, and Jefferson is run out of bounds at the 6-yard line. And who do they attack? The young guy, Goodrich, second year out of Clemson, won a national championship with the Tigers, formerly of the Philadelphia practice squad.
A very tough play to defend. Justin Jefferson lines up to the left, tight to the formation on the snap, runs behind the offensive lineman to get to the right side of the field. Kirk Cousins on a boot, rolling out to his right, hits him right in stride as Jefferson takes off to the sideline for a nice pickup. Very hard to defend when he goes behind his offensive lineman.
First and goal from the 6, fake the handoff. Cousins will throw it underneath, catch made. Hawkinson breaks a tackle, left side, he's in! Touchdown, Vikings!
Jason, you might want to be an offensive coordinator. Minnesota comes back with a very similar play, but this time they put Jordan Addison on the right side, run him behind the line of scrimmage to the left side, but instead of finding Addison, they find TJ Hawkinson leaking out, and he catches the ball in the middle of the field, breaks a tackle, and falls in the end zone. Minnesota, after a crazy first quarter, has something to celebrate, a touchdown, and as bad as they play with the turnovers, you look on the scoreboard, they're up.
That's the crazy part. Minnesota has been thoroughly outplayed. The extra point right now from Greg Joseph, and he sprays it through. They've got a lead to start the second quarter, 7-3. The Vikings in front, and the fans right now have been thrown off their equilibrium here in Philly. 10:39 to play. Second quarter, we're coming back. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Soccer's biggest clubs play in the English Premier League, and you could hear them in action every week on Sirius XM FC.
A 5-star show from Manchester City.
From the traditional powers
Liverpool have been incredible tonight. Manchester United may just have won it.
to the new kids on the block.
Newcastle United, they have lived off.
All the top teams.
A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Every match.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur.
Only on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app.
They were each massive hits, but none of them made it to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia. Mamma mia, let me go.
We'll count down the biggest hits to stop just short of the top.
We're playing games with my heart.
The Billboard number 2 countdown channel, now for a limited time on Sirius XM Channel 14 and the SXM app.
Just 1 month remains in the NWSL season, and you can hear the race to the playoffs on Sirius XM FC.
Go for Orlando!
Brazilian legend Marta leads her Orlando Pride up against the newly crowned Challenge Cup winning North Carolina Courage.
North Carolina Courage in towards Malaka. Goal!
It's the NWSL Game of the Week, the Orlando Pride versus the North Carolina Courage. Sunday night at 7 Eastern on Sirius XM FC 157 and streaming on the Sirius XM app.
Summer's gone and class has begun. We're schooling you with the teen anthems of the 2010s.
Baby, put your pom-poms down for me.
Join Big Time Rush, Miranda Cosgrove, and the Jonas Brothers as they play the songs that hit after the school bell rang. The After School All-Stars Mix, hosted by Mac.
This is where Connect 3 connected.
Now playing on the SXM app. And to keep riding that 2010s vibe, head to Channel 11 for the 10 spot.
The lead here on Thursday Football, 7-3. Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride. All the parts you need at the prices you want, guaranteed to fit your ride every time. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. 9 plays, 55 yards, 5 minutes and 3 seconds. Capped off officially 5-yard touchdown. Cousins to Hawkinson. And Devin, just keeping an eye on that matchup. It's going to be tough for safeties to deal with Hawkinson tonight.
I mean, he knows how to use his quickness and understands how to run routes.
Kick from Joseph. It floats over the head of Boston Scott. Out to the 25. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Thursday Night Football.
You gotta love sports. Listen to Shine on Sports with me, Adam Shine, every weekday from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern. Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Vikings 7, Eagles 3, 10:39 to play in the second quarter here in Philadelphia. It's been an uneven offensive performance for the Eagles in this first half. They've just been a bit out of sync. Had the one big play, Hurts to Smith early. Handoff, a blast up the middle. Good run from DeAndre Swift. Dances his way across the 30 for a 7-yard pickup on first down.
They're going to have to rely on this offensive line. Philadelphia runs right behind Lane Johnson and Dallas Goedert to the right. They're slamming down on that side of the defensive line, and there's a huge hole for Swift to run through. I think I even, at my retired age, could have got through that hole, and Swift's able to pick up a nice first down game.
You worked out, Jason?
From time to time.
Handoff to Swift, shake and bake move, takes it right to the line to gain, and it is going to be enough. 3.5-yard pickup to move the chains out to the 35, brought down by Harrison Phillips on the play.
And I think this is something we got to keep an eye on. Philadelphia's had success running the football. They might want to stick to this, and I think Minnesota, they're not going to change their defense yet, but if they keep running the ball straight at them like this, they're going to have to bring some of these safeties up and try to stop the run game.
Remember, Devin, they're playing without Kenneth Gainwell, who was their lead back last week, but suffered a rib injury in that victory over New England. Had 14 carries, 54 yards, career-high 38 snaps. Hurts will toss it to the far side, caught by Swift, and he is manhandled along the sideline by Asamoah. The linebacker may be a gain of a half yard, depending upon where they spot it, just across the 35.
Jalen Hurts, plenty of time in the pocket right there, looking downfield. Everybody is covered, forced to throw the ball out to his left to Swift for a check down route. Give the defensive credit. They're able to fly up there, and Asamoah comes up, makes a tackle for a very short gain.
This was the number 3 offense in the NFL last year, averaged 390 yards per game, number 3 scoring team as well. There's a hole running up the middle. DeAndre Swift, nice cut by Swift. To his left, a good block from Mailata to help spring him for 6 yards on the play, down to the 42.
Philadelphia goes back to the run game, and it works to the left side. They might want to stick with this run game.
And Devin, they're working quickly now. Swift has 7 carries, 40 yards. Give it to him again. Stumbles up the gut, and he's got enough for the first down. On a 3rd and 3, he picks up 4. Swift got hit down low by Harrison Phillips, but remained upright just long enough to move the chains.
We sometimes forget this Philadelphia Eagles offense is built on this offensive line. Last week only scored 1 touchdown, and that 1 touchdown came off a turnover that the defense forced. Still looking out of sync. I think they can find their rhythm if they continue to hand the ball off to Swift.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. A.J. Brown, shotgun for Hurts. 7:52 to go, first half. Another handoff. Swift tries to make a move on the inside, and Minnesota creates a wall. 2-yard gain for Swift. Pat Jones and Phillips combined to bring him down.
Getting right around midfield. This is where, as an offense, you start to possibly dial up a shot. After some really good run plays, this might be an opportunity for Philadelphia to go with some play action and look to get the ball to maybe Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown on the outside.
Injury update, Quez Watkins dealing with a hamstring issue. His return is questionable. 2nd down and 7. Another handoff, this time Boston Scott. Scott accelerates right along the left hash, and it's very close to a first down. Kelsey, Dickerson, Mailata, all pushing forward and moving defensive linemen on the play. They're going to mark him just short.
Yeah, and they get right back on the ball. This offensive line, I think they're getting more confident because they're like, you're letting us move people. We're enjoying this.
Devin, you're right. They're absolute road graders. They need half a yard. They'll get more than that. On a handoff for Scott. Scott takes it up the middle for 4. He gets tackled at the 41-yard line. And this has been the combination, Swift and Scott, and they each bring a little something different to the party.
They sure do, and they're bringing a lot tonight. One showed up with the beverages, one showed up with the snacks. All they're doing is handing the ball off right through the middle of this Vikings defense. On this drive, this is a little bit of a tone setter in the second quarter. We're going to keep doing it until you stop it.
Beautiful spin move by Scott to get extra yards. Line of scrimmage is now the 41. Fake the handoff. Hurts will carry it himself. Turns the corner. 35. Out of bounds. Good angle out to the 32-yard line. 9-yard pickup. 1 yard shy of a first down. Jack Stoll with a block out front.
Hurst goes to the right side with the QB design run. And Minnesota looks like they're in good position right here. But Murphy jumps inside of one of the blockers, and that allows Hurst to get to the right sideline and get probably 5 to 6 more yards on that play.
And Devin, as you keyed in on, the running game is working. 5 straight runs here for Philly. Handoff, a blast to the right side. Carrying tacklers with him. Boston Scott, he's got a first down. He just sticks his helmet down and drives for 6. Philadelphia is owning the line of scrimmage on this particular drive. This time it was Cam Jurgens, the right guard.
You start to think is a time of possession wearing on the Minnesota Vikings front defensively right now. They've been on the field a lot in this first half, and this drive, they're just taking it to them.
So another first down for Philly inside the Minnesota 30. We're down to 5:10 to go in this fast-moving first half. Vikings will crowd the line. That is a bunched up front. They dare him to throw it. Hurts trying to. He floats it to the near side. Out of bounds. Nobody downfield. A.J. Brown in the area.
The Eagles had a play call. Minnesota saw something they liked. Everybody on the defensive side of the ball started communicating. Next thing you know, they had about 8 guys lined up at the line of scrimmage showing blitz. Jalen Hurts tried to get it out to A.J. Brown right away as Byron Murphy closed on it, was forced to eat the ball and just throw it away on that one.
And, Jason, it'll be DeAndre Swift now in at running back. 12th play of the drive coming up. 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 28. The Vikings lead 7-3. Hurts, short drop, quick throw. Caught by Brown on the right side, works it to the left side. He's got a first down inside the 20-yard line, working across the hash marks towards the numbers on the left for 11 yards, brought down by Bynum.
That's how you live when you decide to blitz. Minnesota blitzes the play before. They have success. Jalen Hurts has to throw the ball away. This time they send a linebacker up the middle. It gets picked up. You find A.J. Brown for a big gain in the middle of that defense.
Minnesota stacking the line once again. This is a 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. And it's 8 men on this front for the Vikings. Hurts operating out of the gun. He's got Swift to his left. Handoff, Swift, shake and bake, up the middle. Swift leans into the 10, and he's tackled there. They are gouging this Minnesota defense. That's a 7-yard pickup.
Getting closer to the red zone. The closer Philly gets, they love to run the ball. They trust in their running back. More importantly, they trust in this offensive line. The closer they can sniff that goal line, they just want to run it and run it and run it and try to punch the ball in.
2 wide receivers to the left on a 2nd and 3. Hurts, handoff, Swift, turns it upfield, right side run, dives to the 5. He's got a first down.
Somewhere all of the Hall of Fame running backs are sitting somewhere watching this Thursday night game. They're smiling ear to ear because Philadelphia is saying we're going to run, you know we're going to run, and we're still going to get yards, and we're still going to run over top of you. And they've had a lot of success on this drive.
Devin, they're on a text chain. They just stay in constant contact. Emmett Smith just texted me. On a handoff, running right up the middle, Swift towards the goal line, just short. 4-yard pickup. They're going to mark him down at the 1. Josh Metellus, who is dealing with a shoulder injury, just saved the touchdown. Eagles are trying to line up. 2nd and goal. Philly trying to punch it in. Looking to regain the lead. Tight formation. Hurts under center. They crowd the line. The dive towards Hurts. And they whistle it down. Jalen Hurts was trying to push the pile himself into the end zone. The Vikings were ready for him. And there might have been a timeout.
Prior to the ball being snapped. Timeout. Minnesota. They're first.
Emmitt Smith's not going to be happy with that. A reminder, stay with us. Thursday Night Football Halftime Report, Westwood One, sponsored by Wendy's. Scott Graham will talk to Miami running back Raheem Mostert. That's coming up. The Wendy's Halftime Report, Wendy's Breakfast, 2 for $3. Biggie bundles are here. Limited time only during breakfast hours. Jason, Devin, you've watched this Philadelphia drive develop. They've just changed their approach, and Devin, it's working.
It really is. And Sirianni was angry right now. He was trying to charge at the refs. He wanted that snap to go and Jalen Hurts touchdown to count, but Minnesota gets a timeout, and he's not a happy camper.
It's a 3 tight end formation for Philadelphia. Very tight. Hurts, the snap, pushing the pile. Hurts, he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Philadelphia back in front, capping off a fantastic drive dominated by the ground game.
That push play from last year, as soon as they lined up in it, the crowd starts going wild before the snap because it almost feels like it's automatic. Jalen Hurts under center, his running backs right to the right and left of him, tight end as well. And you know, there's only one play you can do from that. Everybody is huddled up in one spot. Direct snap to Hurts. He just puts his foot in the ground, charges forward for the quarterback sneak, and they are in there. That play, you know, when you see it, it equals a Jalen Hurts touchdown.
Jake Elliott on for the extra point. Kick on the way, and it's straight through to give the Eagles a 10-7 lead. 16 plays, 75 yards. It took 7 minutes and 55 seconds, and they did it the old-fashioned way, running the ball down Minnesota's throat. We'll come back. More second quarter action. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Castrol Edge can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for only $37.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hard work is the foundation of the job site. Boot Barn Work and Carhartt are committed to supporting the hard workers that keep our nation moving. Boot Barn Work proudly offers a broad selection of Carhartt workwear and boots, known for durability and quality since 1889. When the work is relentless, Carhartt is trusted to finish the job. With so much on the line, there's no room for cutting corners. Carhartt at Boot Barn Work.
For the ones who keep stadiums buzzing and shop floors running, there's Grainger. Keep your operations humming with professional-grade maintenance, safety, and industrial products from Grainger. Offering supplies and solutions for every industry, plus same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, Grainger can help you stay on top of your game. Not sure exactly what you need? Huddle up with Grainger's product specialists. They'll tackle your toughest questions to help you move your team forward. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Time right now to check the schedule of games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Sunday night, Miami is at New England. Monday night, New Orleans at Carolina, and Cleveland visits Pittsburgh. And then next Thursday, the Giants on the road to meet the San Francisco 49ers. Hulu has live sports. Watch football games all season long with over 90 live channels. Get Hulu Plus Live TV today. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Access content from each service separately and select ESPN Plus content via Hulu. Learn more at Hulu.com. Iron Eagle, Jason McCourty, Devin McCourty here in Philadelphia. Devin's going to be with us the rest of the way. Jason, you got some responsibilities in the morning. You wake up. I don't even want to mention what time you wake up.
It's extremely early.
Just leave it to the imagination.
Yeah, there's times I roll over, I see my wife laying there, and I'm just like, life must be good. I got to head to work, you know.
Thank you so much. Too much information. They're all good. Kickoff from the left, Jake Elliott, end over end, and that one booming through the back of the end zone. It's coming out to the 25-yard line. All right, Devin, you're the Minnesota Vikings. You just watched Philadelphia run it 13 times out of 16 plays. What's your answer here with 2:44 to go in the first half?
Right now, when I was in New England, we used to call this a last shot opportunity. Everybody else talks about 2-minute drive. Minnesota wants to make sure you end this half with the ball, either kicking a field goal, scoring a touchdown, but you do not want to give the ball back to the Philadelphia Eagles offense to try to score more points before the half.
And the Vikings will get the ball to start the second half. So this is very pivotal with 2:44 to play in the first half. Fake the handoff. Cousins looking downfield. Floats it. Ball is caught by Josh Oliver for a first down. Along the right sideline, that's the second string tight end. Came over from Baltimore. Prior to that, he was with Jacksonville. Turns it into a 13-yard pickup.
A really good start. We've seen Kirk Cousins outside the pocket, getting away from that pressure, goes boot, and is able to hit Oliver very quickly on the sideline.
Oliver signed a 3-year, $21 million deal, known more for his run blocking skills, on a handoff to Madison, trying to wrestle his way through the pile, and he is dropped at the 42-yard line after the gain of 4. Just about everybody involved defensively for Philly as the clock is ticking down, and we will hit the 2-minute warning. Sponsored by First Alert. Help protect your home and family by installing First Alert smoke and carbon monoxide alarms on every level and in every bedroom of your home. Protect your moments with safety you can trust by visiting firstalert.com. 2 minutes to play in the first half here in Philly. The Eagles in front, 10-7. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Did you know a fire department responds to a fire every 23 seconds? First Alert is reminding you to be prepared by installing smoke and carbon monoxide alarms on every level and in each bedroom of your home. Don't forget to add First Alert fire extinguishers on every level, plus in common spaces like the kitchen, and know how to use them. Protect your whole home with safety you can trust by visiting firstalert.com and Lowe's stores today.
Klein tools are new at Lowe's, pros. Lowe's knows you want top brands and quality products, and Klein Tools delivers. Right now, get the Klein 3-piece ModBox mobile workstation for $319.94 and the Klein 5-piece cushion grip screwdriver set for just $34.97, both exclusively at Lowe's. Shop the largest selection of Klein tools, the highest quality tool brand at Lowe's. Because Lowe's knows tools, Lowe's knows pros.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. Visit the BetMGM GameSense website at mgmresorts.com/GameSense for information on setting limits, guidance on odds and probability, and resources for problem gambling support. Plus, you can learn strategies and get tips on how to gamble more responsibly, discover the symptoms of problem gambling, and find out whom to call if you need help anytime, anywhere. Stay safe and have fun with BetMGM and GameSense. Please gamble responsibly.
Every business seeks an advantage, whether it's having the best location, hiring top talent, or spotting trends before they happen. And now, the United States Postal Service can give your business a new advantage. Introducing USPS Ground Advantage. Reliable and affordable 2 to 5 day package shipping. It's the advantage you need at the price you want. Get the Ground Advantage at USPS.com/advantage. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America.
Welcome back. Grainger broadcast booth in Philadelphia, along with Jason and Devin McCourty. I'm Ian Eagle. Give your team an edge with Grainger. You'll find solutions and supplies for every industry, plus fast delivery and 24/7 support. When you call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. 2 minutes to play. First half here in Philly. 10-7 advantage for the Eagles. Minnesota driving from right to left. They've got it a 2nd and 6 at the Vikings 42. The throw from Cousins in traffic. It is hauled in right at the marker by Hawkinson. 2 defenders draped all over him, including Terrell Edmonds, and they make the connection for a first down. Or at least it appeared to be. No, they're going to mark it a yard short. So he's down at the 47. 3rd down and 1 with 1:35 on the clock. Shotgun for Cousins, 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver right, strong side right with Hawkinson. Madison sets up to the right of Cousins. They have not done much on the ground in this first half. Cousins claps his hands, takes the snap, throws to the near side. It is caught by Jefferson for a first down just across midfield. He's quickly tackled by Slay, and this drive continues after the gain of 3.
A ton of pre-snap communication by Kirk Cousins on that play, trying to get it out to his receivers, telling them to play as they're moving fast.
Line of scrimmage is now midfield. We are under a minute to go. First half. Cousins in the pocket. Cousins hooks a pass to the left side and glances off the hand of Madison in a matchup with the linebacker Cunningham. Incomplete. 52 seconds left on the clock.
Kirk Cousins has really done a good job when he's had time. But again, on that play, Jalen Carter gets pressure. Cousins has to step to his left side and then try to throw to the left as he's moving. Not an easy throw for the quarterback. Essentially kind of a throwaway to Madison because he couldn't step and set his feet to throw because that pressure continues to make him move. And it's been tough for him all night.
Justin Jefferson has cracked 5,000 yards in his career. He's the fastest player to do it in 52 games. Odell Beckham crossed it in 54. And a timeout taken with 52 seconds on the clock. Minnesota uses the timeout. Don't miss all the NFL excitement on CBS Sunday. The Jets visit the Dallas Cowboys. Check your local listings for more details. Catch the NFL on CBS. 52 seconds to play. First half, Philadelphia 10, Minnesota 7. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
NFL Sunday Ticket is now on YouTube and YouTube TV, which means that it just got easier to be an NFL fan. Like maybe you like the Bears, but you're hibernating in Panthers territory. But with NFL Sunday Ticket, you can watch your favorite team's out-of-market Sunday afternoon games no matter where you live. NFL Sunday Ticket, now on YouTube and YouTube TV. Go to youtube.com/NFLST to get $50 off. Terms and embargoes apply. Offer ends 9/19. No refunds. Subscription auto-renews. Sponsored by the...
All right, people, let's get this meeting started. Where are the chairs? Gone. Research shows standing meetings are quicker.
What research is that?
Topic 1. CDW helped us deploy Mac supercharged by Apple Silicon for the way we work now. So how's their speed?
Fast.
Battery life?
Long.
Cyber threat protection?
Strong.
Ownership costs?
Low.
Great. This meeting
adjourned. Wow, that was fast.
Yep, that's the research.
With Mac configured by CDW, a solution that works for everyone isn't just possible, it's powerful. Find out more at cdw.com/getmac.
I've got a hot tip for you if you want to refresh your home for fall and save on it all. Get to Kohl's right now. I just shopped their limited time home deals, and not only did I save an extra 15%, I also got a great deal on a Ninja blender, an entire cookware set for under $60, and so much more. Plus, I earned Kohl's cash. So what are you waiting for? Get your home refresh done and set for fall fun. Get to Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end September 17th. 15% off ends September 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts Loaner Tool Program offers more than 80 specialty tools. Refundable deposit required. Stop by O'Reilly today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I need your help. I got this. Expendables 4 is definitely rated R.
Little violent, perhaps?
Jason Statham.
You almost killed me!
Sylvester Stallone.
You're welcome!
Expendables 4 in theaters September 22nd.
Back here in Philadelphia where the Eagles lead the Vikings. Thursday Night Football 10-7. 52 seconds remaining in this first half. Minnesota is under 100 yards of offense in this first half. 94 yards, only 9 yards on the ground. But an opportunity here to put points on the board before we hit the break. Madison sets up to the left of Cousins. One timeout remaining. Cousins will throw to the right side. Wide open. Catch made along the sideline. KJ Osborne, and he is out of bounds. There was nobody within 10 yards of him as he sprints out of bounds at the 31. That's a gain of 19.
A miscommunication of the Eagles in the secondary. Osborne lines up in the slot. Addison on the outside. Addison runs an inside route, and both Eagles defenders go with Addison, leaving KJ Osborne wide open on the right sideline as he has a catch, and he's able to take off before he's pushed out of bounds.
And Jason, right now this crowd is very quiet, normally spirited. 10-7, Philly in front, 46 seconds left, first half. Cousins takes the snap. He'll throw the deep ball, left side, nobody home. He was looking for Addison, the rookie out of USC. There was no separation as Josh Jobe, who's getting the opportunity tonight, Devin, with the injury to James Bradbury in coverage.
Yes, and Jason said it on that last play. There's a lot of new people in there right now for Philadelphia. Goodrich is in there because Maddox went down. You already have Blankenship out, so a lot of communication has to be set for this Philly secondary. But the pressure, Sweat created pressure right there, so Cousins had to get rid of the ball.
We're down to 41 seconds to play in this first half. Philly up by 3. Shotgun for Cousins. Rush coming from the right side. Cousins unloads to the near side. Caught inside the 5. Justin Jefferson is out of bounds. He was trying to get to the pylon, and he's out inside the 1. The question, did he fumble the football? Philadelphia is asking if he fumbled the football through the back of the end zone. That's what Darius Slay is trying to determine with the officials. Is he out at the 1, or did he fumble it trying to extend into the end zone? And the fans are getting a sniff of this.
Ruling on the field was a catch, followed by a fumble outside of the pylon. The ball will be placed at that spot.
So it's considered outside the pylon as opposed to inside the pylon, and that's a huge discrepancy.
A huge discrepancy. Justin Jefferson lines up in the slot to the left, runs a deep outside route, does a really good job of going up, making the catch. Once he secures it, he gets closer to that pylon. He's trying to reach the ball across the pylon as Edmonds is
now under further review.
So they're going to take a look.
Which makes a lot of sense. This one is really close. I'm not too sure.
This Close Shave Instant Replay Review sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Choose Barbasol for a thick lather and close, comfortable shave. Barbasol, the American original for over 100 years. Better by Barbasol. All right, we'll find out what the officials determine when we come back. 33 seconds on the clock. Right now it's a first and goal at the 1. Will it stand? 10-7, Philly in front. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
At Boot Barn, we're driven by everything the cowboy boot stands for. The reliable communities of the West, the hardened values of the cowboy, and the unshakable spirit of all who lead a tenacious lifestyle. Justin Boots capture these Western ideals in every pair. Their handcrafted boots are an invitation into the continuing story of the West. Open to all who dream of untamed lands and endless western skies. Justin Boots at Boot Barn.
All right, people, let's get this meeting started.
Where are the chairs?
Gone. Research shows standing meetings are quicker.
What research is that?
Topic 1. CDW helped us deploy Mac supercharged by Apple Silicon for the way we work now. So how's their speed?
Fast.
Battery life?
Long.
Cyber threat protection?
Strong.
Ownership costs?
Low.
Great. This meeting is...
Adjourned. Wow, that was fast.
Yep, that's the research.
With Mac configured by CDW, a solution that works for everyone isn't just possible, it's powerful. Find out more at cdw.com/getmac.
For the ones who keep stadiums buzzing and shop floors running, there's Grainger. Keep your operations humming with professional-grade maintenance, safety, and industrial products from Grainger. Offering supplies and solutions for every industry, plus same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, Grainger can help you stay on top of your game. Not sure exactly what you need? Huddle up with Grainger's product specialists. They'll tackle your toughest questions to help you move your team forward. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Back here in Philadelphia, the Eagles offense is taking the field. We're just waiting for the official call right now from Clay Martin, and he is ready to deliver it as the drama builds at Lincoln Financial.
After review, the fumble went over the pylon, which by rule results in a touchback. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line for Philadelphia.
Unreal. Justin Jefferson trying to extend out for the touchdown. It's ruled the fumble. He just tapped his hand to his chest saying, "My bad." That's the universal sign. But what it turns into is a first down for Philadelphia and no points for the Vikings.
And we've seen this so much throughout the history. Somebody reaching the ball, going to try to score. And a lot of times You want to save those times where it's the last play of the game, it's fourth down where you're going to reach the ball. Because of that reason, ball goes across that pylon, right over the top. Now Philadelphia takes over on the 20-yard line. No points for the Minnesota Vikings after such a good 2-minute drive by Kirk Cousins.
And give credit to Terrell Edmonds sticking with the play as Jefferson was trying to extend it. Edmonds was right there with Jefferson, and the ball pops free over the pylon for a touchback. So Philadelphia has 34 seconds to work with here. They've got all 3 timeouts from the 20-yard line. Running game has been very effective. They hand it off to Boston Scott. Takes that left side, and he is spun down as he crosses the 25 down at the 27-yard line.
It was at the 2-minute and 44 mark. We talked about ending the quarter with the ball in your hands, and now it'll be interesting to see what Philadelphia does as they have the ball, get a couple yards on first down, and call timeout.
So only a few seconds come off the clock. We're down to 29 seconds left. It's going to be a 2nd down and 3. We packed a lot into one half.
3 fumbles in one half by the Minnesota Vikings. I feel like Minnesota on offense have been good today. They've made plays. They've moved the ball. They just can't get out of their own way.
Eagles with a 3-point lead. 29 seconds to play first half. 2nd down and 3 for the Philadelphia Eagles, moving from left to right. Scott remains in the backfield. Goddard, the motion man, sets up to the left. Rush coming from Minnesota. There is running room for Scott. Cuts it to the right side. Scott's got a first down and a whole lot more. Down at the 45. That's an 18-yard rip for Boston Scott. 5'6", 203 pounds. Now in his 6th year out of Louisiana Tech, and another timeout called with 21 seconds to go. Later on, we'll select the Defender of the Game, sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Now, this is working right now, Devin, and Philadelphia, even in a time constraint, continues to go with the run game.
Minnesota's like a boxer. You know, the boxer waits for the bell just not to get knocked out. Minnesota's on defense waiting for the clock to go 0-0. They might want to start defending the run sometime in this game, because if not, Philadelphia has decided we're going to just keep running the ball. We know we only have 20 seconds left, but we're still running the ball. So let's see what Minnesota decides to do right now.
You know, Michael Buffer's here, right?
I knew that. I knew that.
In your head. The seed was planted prior to the game. Buffer's everywhere. 45-yard line is where Philadelphia is operating from on a 1st and 10. Swift in the backfield now. Hurts, shotgun. Snap. Hurts has got it. Looking downfield. Protection holds up. Hurts out of the pocket to the left. Time trickling away. Down to 14 seconds left. And Hurts will duck out of bounds at the 49. They had him covered up downfield. They used valuable clock. And they're down to 12 seconds remaining after the 4-yard scamper.
A good job of covering them up down the field, but it's crazy how these drives come into play, because Philly starts off with back-to-back run plays. It's almost like, hey, we're just going to run the ball and we're going to go into the half. Next thing you know, you're right around midfield. Now you're dropping back and you're trying to get in field goal range to try to get 3 points on the board before you go into halftime.
So right now they only have 12 seconds on the clock. They still need a lot of yards to get into Jake Elliott territory. Shotgun, Hurts, 2nd and 6. Hurts floats it to the left side. Catch made at the 49. And out of bounds is DeAndre Swift for no gain on the play. So 7 seconds remaining, and the ball spotted right around midfield for Philly.
Yeah, Philadelphia will be looking for a chunk inbounds type play, because they have a timeout. They can try to throw the ball anywhere on the field, knowing if they get a completion, maybe to the 35-yard line, around there, a little over the 40, it'll give Elliott a chance to kick a field goal. So we should call this chunk inbounds.
The issue for Philly is the clock. 7 seconds left, so they have to do it quickly. 5 receivers set. Hurts, design run for Hurts. 45 to the 43, and he's down there with 3 seconds left. They take a timeout. It's an 8-yard gain, but you are looking at a very long field goal attempt here. They're going to try it with Jake Elliott. Elliott going into his practice routine, sweeping the leg, and now settling in, trying to get into the right mindset. They're going to tack on a second, so 4 seconds to play with the ball spotted at the 43-yard line. He missed a 55-yarder. And this one is going to be a 61-yard attempt.
Now, you run the risk on these long field goals of potentially getting it blocked. For Elliott now to kick one this far, you got to really drive the ball off of your foot. If one of those big guys up front for Minnesota is able to get through, make a play, and block this, it could be a huge swing for Minnesota to finish out the first half.
Vikings use a timeout. They want to give Jake Elliott a little more time to think about this one, make sure they've got everybody set up in the right manner. Frustration for the Vikings, considering they had a number of drives stalled based on turnovers, including the big one here at the end of the second quarter, the Jefferson fumble over the pylon for a touchback. And now Philly with a chance at a 61-yard attempt. Elliott has made a 61-yarder in his career.
Minnesota threw a returner back.
The snapper, Lovato. Siposs holds it, 61-yard attempt, and he's got it! What a bomb from Elliott! Philadelphia points on the board before we hit the break. That's wild.
That is wild, Ian. That is correct. You think about the swing we just went through. Justin Jefferson, ball on the goal line. Minnesota about to go in for a score. Touchback, gives the ball back to the Eagles. 34 seconds ago. Next thing you know, Jake Elliott is kicking one through the uprights from 61 yards, and this crowd erupted when the ball went through the uprights.
It had just enough as he tied the Philadelphia record that he already held 61 yards away. 13-7, the Eagles in front. Jason, it's been a pleasure. You got to go do some other stuff. Hit the road. Devin, you're the captain now.
Yeah, I mean, guys skipping out on work. We all got multiple jobs. Most of us don't get to leave one job to prepare for the next one.
Unlike you, me and Ian have to work more than just one day a week. So it's a little bit different for us. It was a pleasure working with Ian. Dev, thanks for tagging along. Hope you learned something along the way.
We're excited about the second half. Devin McCourty will be with me. Jason McCourty, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thursday Night Football, of course, here on Westwood One. End of the first half, 13-7 Philly. When we come back, Scott Graham rejoins us from our studios, the Wendy's Halftime Report. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
If your business's current roster isn't doing all the blocking and tackling you'd like them to, then the right play is to run with Indeed. Their powerful all-in-one hiring solution has smart tools to help you easily attract, interview, and hire quality candidates. With Instant Match, the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from their resume database that fit your job description. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Wake up not knowing what you want? Now you can have a little of everything. With Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles, you can mix and match your very own perfect pairing of our delicious morning favorites. Choose from the sausage biscuit, egg or cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. The choice is all yours, not somebody else's. Get breakfast just the way you want it with Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles today. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Welcome to the Thursday Night Football Halftime Report on Westwood One. Sponsored by Wendy's. With Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles, you can choose the pair you want. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price. Once again, here's your host, Scott Graham.
From our Westwood One studios, we've reached halftime in Philadelphia, and right now a major momentum turn at the end of the half as the Eagles get a turnover and a 61-yard field goal before the break. They lead the Minnesota Vikings by a score of 13-7 at halftime. Our next primetime game here on Westwood One coming up this weekend on Sunday Night Football. The Miami Dolphins will play their second straight game on the road as they take on the New England Patriots. The Dolphins part of a 36-34 shootout with the Chargers in L.A. last week. Miami coming out on the winning end after a big game from Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill. I got an opportunity to talk with Dolphins running back Raheem Mostert, a speedster in his own right, who scored a touchdown in that ball game. And I asked him today, Is that what they envision the Dolphins offense looking like at its best?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you see the type of work that we put in. I mean, you don't know behind the scenes, what we do. And we're just trying to make magic happen. One of our goals is to be one of the best offenses in the entire league. And just by having that mentality alone can get you a long way. We know that we left a few things out there last year. We had a playoff game, and unfortunately we lost that game. Had we had most of our starters, it probably would have been a different story. But, who's to say that we could have flourished or couldn't, But this offense, man, is just so high power, so unique. And honestly, we got a lot of playmakers across the board. And then we got depth, too, which definitely helps. So, we just got to keep it steady, keep it locked in, and do what we do best.
One of the things your coach said about you coming into the year, Mike McDaniel, said that you showed tremendous focus because there were people speculative out there. Well, the Dolphins are going to make a trade for a running back. The Dolphins are going to sign a running back. And, I got to imagine for you, Raheem, there's a little bit of a, hey, I'm right here. You didn't let that affect you, at least not in any way in front of your teammates. You got accolades from your coach. How do you keep that focus?
Yeah, it's a consistent basis. For me, I just try to look at the outcome, whether a guy comes in. I've been in situations prior to where, I was the last guy on the roster, just a special teams guy. Then all of a sudden injuries happen. And next thing you know, my number's being called up and you just gotta perform, you gotta step up to the plate. So I've always had that approach, moving year in and year out. I'm going into year 9. I know that a lot of people seem, it's like eventually it's gonna stop, but I still got a lot of tread on these wheels. And for me, just seeing the whole spectrum of guys and talk and, everybody saying, hey, look, we're going to get this running back. Hey, look, we want this guy. Honestly, I just block out that noise as best as I possibly can and just look at the outcome of, hey, I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a reason, and I got to provide for this team.
I've got to imagine 9 years in, maybe not quite as fast as when you were an elite sprinter back at Purdue. Can you tell that difference?
I mean, honestly, it's I try not to look at it like that. I still feel like I'm a top 10, guy in the league, or at least top 2 in the league.
Yeah, who's the other guy?
I don't know. I don't really know. I know that's just me, but no, honestly, it's me, Tyreek, and a bunch of guys on the team that are fairly fast. We got Braxton. All these guys are elite, and their speed is just unmatched. That's why we're one of the fastest offenses in the entire league, the fastest offense in the entire league.
Raheem, I always enjoy talking to you. Glad we got an opportunity to catch up. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, Scott. It's a pleasure talking to you too, man. Thank you so much.
Raheem Mostert started his career with the Philadelphia Eagles as an extra special teams guy. If you want to hear more of that conversation, check out NFL Insider for Week 2 at WestwoodOneSports.com. Our halftime score, Philadelphia 13, Minnesota 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Soccer's most prestigious club competition is back, and you could hear the biggest Champions League matches on Sirius XM FC. Don't miss a box office group stage opener as Manchester United
Bruno Fernandes back to Rashford. Oh, the header off the post and in.
heads to Germany to take on Harry Kane and Bayern Munich.
It's Harry Kane again. 2 for Bayern's new striker.
Bayern Munich versus Manchester United, Wednesday at 3 Eastern on Sirius XM FC 157 and streaming on the Sirius XM app.
Everything you need to follow ACC football this season is on ACC Today. Breakdowns.
Drake May is a generational talent.
Big guests.
Jordan Travis, man, it's good to catch up with you.
Analysts that played in the league like Roddy Jones.
5 days of ACC football.
EJ Manuel.
He is a perfect fit.
Eric McLean.
He has the potential to really be fun.
And more. It's all happening on ACC Today. Weekdays from 8 to 11 a.m. Eastern. ACC Radio Channel 371. And streaming anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Don't miss the all-new Rise and Shine, a SiriusXM podcast.
This is Adam Shine. Every Wednesday morning, we're going to make you remember why you love sports. The crack of the bat, the smell of the grass, the thrill of a buzzer beater, the heroes, the underdogs, the moments you remember forever. Join me, Bob Stu, and the most interesting guests in sports for the all-new Rise and Shine.
Download Rise and Shine right now on the SXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's SCHEIN.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy, Kevin Hart, and guess what? I've got my own channel on Sirius XM, Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio, channel 96. We play the best stand-up comedy from some of my favorite comedians, and I got my own show. It's called Straight from the Heart, and I host it with a bunch of unattractive friends of mine. They call the Plastic Cup Boys. Every Tuesday and Thursday, real, raw, authentic conversation, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Laugh Out Loud Radio right here on Sirius XM, channel 96. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to the Thursday Night Football halftime show. 6-point lead for the Eagles at the break. You heard Raheem Mostert, Miami and New England, our Sunday night game here on Westwood One. Our coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time with NFL Sunday, all the scores and highlights from Week 2. And join us Monday for a special night of NFL action. 2 games to choose from. The Saints take on the Panthers beginning at 7 Eastern time. Later that night, Pittsburgh Steelers host the Cleveland Browns. Our coverage for that game begins at 7:30. Kickoff at 8:15. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com for more details or listen to the stream of either game for free. If it's Monday Night Football, it's on Westwood One. This has been the Thursday Night Football halftime report on Westwood One, sponsored by Wendy's. With Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 biggie bundles, you can choose the pair you want. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price of participation may vary. Not valid in a combo, single item at a regular price. Our halftime score, Philly 13, Minnesota 7. When we return, Ian Eagle and Devin McCourty will have the second half kickoff. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Get ready for second half action here in Philadelphia, where the Eagles lead the Minnesota Vikings 13-7. Ian Eagle along with Devin McCourty. Just had to get Jason out of here, and now we can just talk football. Man, he was just weighing us down. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Indeed. When you think of hiring, think of Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring system helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates, all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit. In that first half, 209 yards of offense for Philadelphia, 133 on the ground. Minnesota, they finished with 142 total yards, only 9 rushing yards in the first half. The numbers for Philly: Swift, 62 yards rushing, Scott, 41 yards rushing, and Hurts, 30 yards rushing, including the rushing touchdown for Philadelphia. All right, Devin, let's start thinking of keys for this second half. If you're Minnesota and you're Kevin O'Connell, what's the theme? What are the keys for this second half?
Yeah, we can throw out a lot of different things, right? Possess the ball longer, only 22 minutes time of possession. That's cool. Run the ball, only 9 yards. The key, fundamentals. Yeah. Hold on to the ball. If we start to play with the ball, I want to end the play with the ball or hand it to the ref because we scored a touchdown. So I think those are the keys. 3 turnovers, 3 fumbles in the first half. You can't live like that.
All right, Devin, now flip it to the other side. You're the Philadelphia Eagles. Somehow, amidst that wacky first half, you've got a 13-7 lead. Yet, it felt a little out of sorts in the way we expected them to play. They did establish the ground game. What are the keys if you're Nick Sirianni and company?
You got the lead and you got momentum. That's a great play, great series of plays before the half, running the ball, getting in field goal range, and then Elliott comes through with the big kick. But now you have to be ready for the adjustments. Be ready to set up the run game. You've done that. Set it up for play action. We saw a shot to Smith earlier, but we haven't seen anything like that since. So now that the run game's working, let's see if we can beat them deep down the field.
All right, it's time for the second half kickoff, sponsored by Boot Barn. Boot Barn celebrates the values of honesty, hard work, ingenuity, and perseverance, proudly offering a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn, keep west. Philadelphia will kick it off from left to right. Elliott with that 61-yard field goal to add to the Eagles' lead at the end of the first half. Ball is on the tee. Ty Chandler, deep man for Minnesota. Second half underway here in the city of brotherly love, and Elliott with a big kick for the back of the end zone. It's coming out to the 25-yard line for the Vikings. Kirk Cousins, they just didn't possess the ball all that much, but when he's been in there, he's looked sharp, especially to his tight end Hawkinson and to Jefferson.
Yeah, if we tell the truth, Minnesota's offense, when they've had the ball, they've looked really good. They just haven't had it long enough, like you said, because of the turnovers. And I think now we need the offensive line to play a little bit better. We don't need them to not play well and lead to another turnover with a strip sack. So them playing well and maybe running the ball this half should help Minnesota.
Two tight ends in this formation on a 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line from right to left in the third quarter. Vikings trail the Eagles 13-7. Running play, Madison trying to rip through the line, and he's held to a 1-yard pickup, angling on that right side off the hash marks. Milton Williams, part of the defensive line rotation, makes the play for Philly.
It's hard to live within 1 yard on first down because you're going to live in a bunch of second and longs where now Philadelphia has a chance to possibly dial up this pressure.
Madison went to the sideline, and he's being checked out by the athletic trainer. Cousins hit from behind, fumble and recovered inside the 10. The Eagles have it. Another cough up. Fletcher Cox gets in there for Philly, and the Eagles are in business deep in Minnesota territory.
I am so sorry if you're from Minnesota and you're listening to this. I didn't mean to speak it into existence. I said that Minnesota needed to do a good job protecting Cousins so we didn't have a strip sack. But Sweat comes around the corner. He comes from that right side, and Kirk Cousins never sees him, gets a sack, and knocks the ball off Cousins, and Fletcher Cox recovers it. Philadelphia has seen a lot of Fletcher Cox, and they love seeing him out there.
The 4th fumble of the night. They've run only 24 plays on offense. Kirk Cousins, the turnover. Sweat forced it, recovered by Cox. 1st and goal from the 7. Running play to the left. Swift breaks a tackle. Swift accelerates to the goal line. And he comes up just short of the touchdown. Cameron Bynum there defensively. They're going to spot it inside the 1.
This is a close call right here. It was close. Sweat almost landed right on that goal line. But Minnesota has to do something. They have to bring extra guys. They have to try to stop this run game.
Tight formation. Hurts under center. Same formation as earlier. He's going to drive it on the left side, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Eagles. It's an automatic for Philadelphia when Hurts has it that close to the goal line. And bang, bang, turnover, touchdown for Philly.
And all you're seeing right now in these stands, a lot of high-fiving, a lot of finger-pointing from these Philadelphia Eagles fans because they know when Hurts gets under center and that ball's on the half-inch line, those big offensive linemen are going to push their way in the end zone, and Hurts is going to fall right on their backs for a touchdown.
This is so dispiriting for the Minnesota Vikings. They get the ball to start the second half. They're looking to drive it. They turn it over on a Cousins fumble, and then Philly turns that into 7 points. The extra point is good. 2 plays, 7 yards, 33 seconds after the big hit by Sweat and the recovery by Cox. The punch-in from Hurts. It's 20-7 Philly, 13:53 to go in the third. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Eliminate the noise and amplify your relaxation with the Weekend Chill Out Collection in the SiriusXM app. Dive into deep house and down-tempo on Chill. Or sail the seas of smooth 70s and 80s hits on Yacht Rock Radio. Tap into these channels and more. The Weekend Chill Out Collection, starting tomorrow in the SiriusXM app. Included in all trials and popular plans.
Soccer's most prestigious club competition is back, and you could hear the biggest Champions League matches on SiriusXM FC. Don't miss a box office group stage opener as Manchester United
Bruno Fernandes back to Rashford. Oh, the header off the post and in.
heads to Germany to take on Harry Kane and Bayern Munich.
It's Harry Kane again. 2 for Bayern's new striker.
Bayern Munich versus Manchester United, Wednesday at 3 Eastern on Sirius XM FC 157 and streaming on the XM app.
The NFL Sunday Drive is your home for the 2023 regular season. This is Steve Torrey. Join me and Bill Leckus every Sunday at noon Eastern as we take you live to every game, every touchdown, and every key moment.
Come on! Game over, baby! Touchdown! The game is over!
Plus reporters from every game and guests live from the locker room.
49 News tight end George Kittle joining us after a big win.
Catch the NFL Sunday Drive every Sunday at noon Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
Aaron Rodgers is injured.
Rodgers is down.
When the sports world is talking, nobody gives you more perspective than the experts of Sirius XM.
We've got some bad news.
The Jets have lost quarterback Aaron Rodgers for the season with a torn Achilles.
Hear instant reaction on Mad Dog Sports Radio.
I am absolutely sick to my stomach. Over before it even started.
Expert analysis on NFL radio and how it impacts your lineup on Fantasy Sports Radio.
Garrett Wilson, the ceiling comes down.
He's not a low one anymore. He's a mid-2.
Live sports talk when you need it on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app.
Seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Thursday night football.
You gotta love sports. Listen to Shine on Sports with me, Adam Shine, every weekday from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern. Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Iron Eagle, Devin McCourty, the rest of our Westwood One crew here in Philly, where the Eagles lead at 20-7 early stages of the third quarter. Jake Elliott will kick it off from left to right with Ty Chandler standing at his own goal line. Approach by Elliott. This is a line drive that bounces and then ricochets into the end zone and through the back out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota Vikings will have it at the 25, but Devin, it's gotten away from the Vikings. They're down 20-7.
Yeah, and I don't know who has been listening the whole time, but if you're just joining us, Jason McCourty, the guy that looks like me, started off the game saying Philadelphia, they're going to live like last week and get turnovers. It can lead to a victory. And so far, 4 turnovers is the reason they're ahead right now.
Avonte Maddox, injury update, shoulder injury. He is in the locker room for Philly. Dump off to the near side, caught by Madison, and then quickly tackled for a loss. Zach Cunningham was all over Alexander Madison. They'll lose a yard or more on the play.
The play doesn't work out for him, but I'm not mad at that call from Minnesota. Philadelphia's been bringing a lot of pressure. They've been struggling to block him, so they try to set up a halfback screen to the left side. They just sniff it out, and it doesn't work, but a good play call.
Second and long here for the Vikings. Shotgun. Cousins in the pocket. Cousins will toss it to the far side. Catch is made by Madison, but again, nothing there. Philadelphia swarms to the football, and he's dropped at the line of scrimmage, led by Mario Goodrich, who is getting a whole lot of playing time because of the series of injuries that Philly has dealt with over the last week in the secondary.
And now the scary thing for Minnesota is Fletcher Cox just ran on the field. Jalen Carter just ran on the field. They're fresh. They're ready to rush on third down. So Minnesota expects some pressure coming right up the middle.
Third down and 15 for the Vikings. 2 receivers off to the left, 1 to the right, strong side right with Hawkinson. Cousins looks downfield, hooks a pass to the far sideline. It's incomplete. He was trying to hit Jordan Addison stride for stride. Back there, Philadelphia had coverage with Joe.
The corners right now in Philadelphia, they're playing aggressive, they're playing fearless because that rush. Jalen Carter's running right down the middle of that pocket. No, he doesn't get to touch Kirk Cousins, but he's pushing the offensive line right in Cousins' lap, and it's allowing the corners in the secondary to play aggressive and not give up any yards.
And now Devin Ryan Wright is deep in his own territory. Takes the snap, the punter leans into it. High sailing kick. Covey is back there, fields cleanly at the 30-yard line, and that's where he calls for the fair catch. A 50-yard punt. They're going to spot it at the 31. Catch it all this season with NFL Plus. NFL Plus brings you live games on mobile, NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, game replays, and more, all in one place. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Terms and conditions apply. Quez Watkins, update on his status. He is out with a hamstring injury, so it has been Olamide Zaccheaus getting an opportunity at that third receiver spot for Philly. They haven't thrown the ball a whole lot. the running game has been so effective. Shotgun for Hurts on a 1st and 10 at the Philly 31. They're looking to throw it here. Hurts, step up. Hurts trying to run on the left side, and he's driven down by Jordan Hicks. Limited to a gain of 1 as the line judge helps Hurts to his feet.
As Hurts drops back to pass right here, no one's open. Minnesota does a good job in the secondary, and Hurts does what he does best. He tries to run and escape, but Jordan Hicks shows great speed, running him down on that left sideline and not giving up a lot of yards, giving up about 1 yard on the play, not allowing Hurts to hurt you with his legs will give you a shot right now.
The dual threat of Hurts, which gives defensive coordinators nightmares because he can take it and run effectively. Handoff going up the middle, the redirect by DeAndre Swift. He was trying to go right side. There was nothing there. He looped it back to the left and picks up 5 yards. Another tackle made by the former Eagle, Jordan Hicks.
The Eagles have to feel so comfortable right now. Brian Johnson has to be sitting there like, whenever I want, I can hand it off and get 5 or 6 yards. So, yeah, you only get a yard on 1st down, but then you hand it off on 2nd down, 5 yards. Now you have a very manageable 3rd down, and you can stay on track. Is what they call it in an offensive meeting room.
Brian Johnson taking over for Shane Steichen as the offensive coordinator. Steichen now the head coach in Indianapolis. Johnson was on the staff, formerly an assistant in college, Florida, Houston, Mississippi State, and Utah. Deep drop. Hurts looking for the long ball. Uncorks it left side. Separation. Catch made. Devontae Smith is going to go. Touchdown. Philadelphia. 63 yards on the hookup. Devontae Smith is a blur. And the Eagles are blowing out the Vikings.
I am not sure what that defensive call was, but I'm sure Brian Flores did not drop any calls for the defensive back to be trailing by so many yards. Evans was behind by like 4 yards from Smith, and Smith, their big play receiver, his 2nd long catch of the game. And now it kind of breaks this game wide open because that run game's been working so well, creates a separation for the long touchdown.
Before that touchdown, if you're Minnesota, you think, all right, stop them here on 3rd down, get the ball back, get back into contention, make it a 1-score game, and now it's gone the other way. The extra point from Jake Elliott is good, and just like that, the Eagles lead it 27-7 with 10:54 to go in the 3rd. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more straight talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Wake up not knowing what you want? Now you can have a little of everything. With Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles, you can mix and match your very own perfect pairing of our delicious morning favorites. Choose from the sausage biscuit, egg with cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. The choice is all yours, not somebody else's. Get breakfast just the way you want it with Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles today. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I need your help. I got this. Expendables 4 is definitely rated R.
Little violent pass.
Jason Statham.
You almost killed me!
Sylvester Stallone.
You're welcome!
Expendables 4 in theaters September 22nd.
Welcome back, Grainger Broadcast Booth in Philadelphia, along with Devin McCourty. I'm Ian Eagle. Huddle up with Grainger to get more done. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, Call clickgranger.com or stop by one of over 250 branch locations. Philadelphia trying to bust this game wide open. They've got a 27-7 lead, turned into an easy walk-in touchdown for Devontae Smith because of the blown coverage. And now Philly is rolling. These fans are all fired up.
Yeah, this place is ready to continue to erupt. They're not done yet. The fans are yelling.
And Jake Elliott's going to kick it off from left to right for the third time this half. 10:54 to go in the third. High kick. It's over the head of the return man Chandler. Touchback. Don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC. Sunday night, the Miami Dolphins meet the New England Patriots. Of course, you can also hear Sunday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 Eastern on many of these same stations on the NFL app or online at westwood1sports.com. Devin, you'll be part of the pregame show on that one. As we know, you're a traveling man. You're running around. You're going to be taking photos. 27-7, Philly in front. Handoff, Ty Chandler gets the call, and he's stonewalled at the line of scrimmage by Zach Cunningham. Right now, nothing is working for Minnesota. No gain.
All right, I want to go over there and walk down the field, give Kevin O'Connell a hug right now, because I don't know what he has on that call sheet, what you come up with. It's going to be hard right now.
They're down big. Obviously, the way this game developed was very concerning. They had a chance to put points on the board at the end of the half. Turnover, Philly got 3. The pass to the near side, it's on a rope to Justin Jefferson, and he's tackled immediately after the catch. Good enough for a first down out to the 38-yard line. So a gain of 13 for the Vikings to move the chains.
Yeah, right now for Minnesota, Philly knows they have to pass the ball, so they're going to have to drop back pass so much in this second half. It's going to be hard to try to continue that all game.
Cousins, deep drop, rush coming, hit as he throws, but he dumps it off to the right. Josh Oliver, fortunate that Cousins even got rid of it, considering the rush that was on from Morrow. No gain on the play after the grab by Oliver.
Yeah, Morrow came right up the middle, untouched. He was, no one touched him, and they just said, hey, go get my quarterback. We really got to give credit to Cousins. He is a tough quarterback. He stands in there, got hit a lot last week, has gotten hit a lot tonight, but he continues to stand in there and be a tough guy for his team.
Nakobe Dean injured, placed on the injured reserve list, and that's why Morrow's in there. The pass is dropped. On the near side, Jefferson got hit by Darius Slay. Jefferson was looking for a flag. It's incomplete, and now it's third down.
Darius Slay right up there on Justin Jefferson. That's what we call press technique. Kirk Cousins tries to throw a slant route to Jefferson on the left side of the offense, but Slay uses his technique, and at the last minute, he sticks that hand in there between Jefferson's hands and breaks up the pass. That's what we call perfect defensive back play. That's a PBU, Iron.
6 catches, 70 yards. Clearly, this is still something that affects you emotionally when you see that. You're
I love that.
Shotgun. Cousins, pump. Cousins steps up. He's going to throw the deep ball, looking downfield, and caught. Addison breaks away for the touchdown. Josh Jobe didn't tackle him. It's a 62-yard score, and the Vikings trying to climb their way back into it.
We might have wrote the obituary for the Vikings a little too early. Kirk Cousins pump fakes to the left side, steps up in the pocket and looks back to the right. Normally they tell you do not throw it late over the middle, but the pump fake to the left, move the safety from Philadelphia to the left, open up the middle of the field, and he throws the post route to Addison. Addison breaks one tackle. They're on the board. Minnesota's ready to go now.
And the extra point now for Greg Joseph. This crowd is quiet. Point after is good. And the Vikings with a touchdown here in the third to change the whole vibe inside Lincoln Financial Field. 9:09 to go in this third quarter. It's Philadelphia 27, Minnesota 14. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Before Shopify, did you find yourself wondering, where are my sales at? But now you're selling with Shopify, the global commerce platform supercharging your selling. You have no problem selling online, in person, on social media, and beyond. Gary, easy on the cha-ching. I can't even get my lines out.
Oh, sorry, my bad. But my Shopify sales are through the roof.
Amazing, Gary. Bet you're loving how powerful Shopify's tools are.
And I can make my brand look however I want without code.
And that you can sell on all the marketplaces and socials from your Shopify store.
Or all that.
Gary, stop leaving sales on the table. Start selling with Shopify and discover how millions of businesses around the world use Shopify to ignite their selling. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/football. That's shopify.com/football. Shopify.com/football.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Hulu has live sports. Watch your favorite football teams with over 90 live channels, including ABC, CBS, ESPN, Fox, NBC, and more. Plus, get access to Hulu's entire streaming library, filled with top shows, movies, and originals. With Hulu Plus Live TV, get access to Disney Plus and ESPN Plus, all in one plan. Say goodbye to extra cable fees and get all the sports and entertainment you need with Hulu Plus Live TV today. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Access content from each service separately and select ESPN Plus content via Hulu. Learn more at hulu.com.
Right now, let's check the drive summary, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. 5 plays, 75 yards, a minute 45. The long ball to the rookie Jordan Addison out of USC. Cousins is now 18 of 24, 210 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Cousins is doing a good job. We just don't get a chance to see him enough because of the pressure, because of the turnovers. But when he has the ball, and I give him a lot of credit, the courage to pump fake and step up in the pocket after being hit so much. You got my big vote, Kurt.
And Devin, he had the touch. It was the perfect touch to Addison, who then broke away. Job, inexperience, not bringing him down immediately and giving up the long touchdown. Touch back as the ball goes through the back of the end zone, coming out to the 25-yard line, and Jalen Hurts trots onto the field, 11 of 14, 147 yards, a touchdown and a pick. And Hurts, of course, getting it done once again on the ground with a couple of scores. Boston Scott is being evaluated for a concussion. His return is questionable, so that could mean even more DeAndre Swift and possibly some Rashad Penny. Shotgun for Hurts. Pats the ball, throws underneath, catch Goddard right along the numbers along that right side, and he's dropped after the gain of 8.5.
This is a big drive for both teams. After a big play like that from Minnesota, Philadelphia wants to drive the field. They want to have a good long drive here and hopefully end up with points. Most likely they want to end up with 7 points. But Minnesota as a defense, we got to get off the field and let that offense get back on after a big play touchdown.
2nd down and 1. Shotgun, Hurts, handoff, Swift cuts it to the left. Swift has got a first down, but a flag thrown from behind as Swift is tackled at the 43-yard line. That's a 9-yard gain for the Georgia product, DeAndre Swift.
Holding, offense number 69. 10-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
That's the Pro Bowler Landon Dickerson, now in his 3rd year, former Remington Trophy winner at Alabama.
Yeah, you can see right there, he grabs a little bit of that jersey. Offensive linemen hate when they get called for a holding penalty. This penalty might give Minnesota some hope. Now you have a 2nd and long situation. If you can play good on 2nd down and create a 3rd and long, it'll give you a good chance to get off the field and give Brian Flores a chance to draw up a good 3rd down pressure.
2nd and 11. Flores, of course, the new defensive coordinator. They let go Ed Donatel in the offseason, and Minnesota made the move to Flores, former head coach with the Dolphins, longtime assistant in New England. Catch made by Swift, tries a shifty move along that right sideline, and Byron Murphy stays in front of him. It's a 4-yard pickup after the tackle made by Murphy.
Minnesota drops back in coverage. They don't rush many people. They rush 3 guys. and it forces Jalen Hurts to just check the ball down. Minnesota, that's what they wanted, come up, make a tackle. Now we have a huge third down for both teams.
We'll call it third down and a little less than 7. They're 5 of 9 on third down tonight. Hurts operating out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Flag down before the snap.
Offense number 0. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
And number 0 is DeAndre Swift, the running back. Tune in to watch all the excitement of the NFL Sunday on Fox. Check your local listings for games and times in your area. Catch the NFL on Fox. So back it up to a third and long now for Philly. The ball spotted just short of the 24 along the right hash. Minnesota scored the touchdown to cut it to 13. Philly now trying to convert on a third and a little more than 11 yards. Hurts back to throw. Not much of a rush. Hurts unloads to the left side. Catch made by Goddard and quickly bumped down to the ground by Asamoah. 2-yard pickup. Philly will punt on fourth down.
Here we go, Ian. We have a game now. Minnesota does it again. They drop back. They drop a lot of guys in coverage. They force them short throw, come up. They make a great tackle, not allowing for any catch and run. And now we have a punt, and Minnesota has a chance with a good drive to make this a really good game going down the stretch.
Aaron Sipos is on to kick it away, elevated from the practice squad. They're playing some games with their 53-man roster. Sipos, the only punter on the roster. End-over-end kick. Trying to get out of the way, Brandon Powell, and he does, but he stumbled in that area just to avoid the football. Wanted to catch it initially. The ball bounces, and Minnesota's going to have it right around the 29-yard line. It's a 45-yard punt. The Vikings with possession. 6:19 to go in the third. Eagles lead it 27-14. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Welcome back to Earth, folks. We hope you enjoyed your 8.5 minutes in orbit.
Technology lets you vacation in space, but to get work done on Earth, you need more than technology. You need CDW to design and manage a Cisco hybrid work solution that delivers the same secure network experience to all your satellite offices. And with consistent connectivity that empowers your team, they can collaborate from any space.
And no, you can't keep the helmet.
Cisco makes hybrid work possible. CDW makes it powerful. Learn more at cdw.com/Cisco.
If your business's current roster isn't doing all the blocking and tackling you'd like them to, then the right play is to run with Indeed. Their powerful all-in-one hiring solution has smart tools to help you easily attract, interview, and hire quality candidates. With Instant Match, the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from their resume database that fit your job description. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more straight talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Discover credit cards do something awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you've earned, doubled. See terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match. Ian Eagle, Devin McCourty here on Westwood One, Thursday Night Ball, Week 2. Eagles 27, Vikings 14. Minnesota gets the ball back, 1st and 10, just short of the 30-yard line. Madison, the handoff. Madison running the left side and gets hit hard at the 34-yard line by Mario Goodrich. Picks up 4 yards on the play.
The hard thing for Minnesota's running game, 4 yards. It's a great run for them. They only have 10 yards rushing all night.
That's 40% on one carry, Devin. That's the math that we do in the booth. Cousins off to his right, flicks it to the right side, It's caught well short of a first down by Jordan Addison. And they're going to spot the football at the 36-yard line. So that's a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, not ideal for a 2-yard pass, but you can see Minnesota continues to run to be able to do that play-action bootleg like they did right there. But no one open deep, so he has to check it down to Addison for 2 yards.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Cousins under pressure, tries to throw over the middle, incomplete. Justin Jefferson on a crossing route, the intended target, and exactly what the Vikings didn't need. 3 and out, pressure from Cox and Barnett for Philly.
Guess what, Ian? Kirk got hit again and it fell on the ground and has to get picked up again on another play. And it shows again, right there, no one really open, but because the pocket is falling in on him, he has to just try to hit Jefferson on a crossing route. But it's just not going to help trying to get the ball down the field to win this game.
Injuries to Darisaw and Bradbury, and it has showed on the Minnesota offensive line. The snap to right, the punt on the way. It bounces at the 25. It rolls inside the 15, still rolling inside the 10, and touched at the 7-yard line. Terrific job by Wright. 57 yards on the punt. Eagles, deep in their own territory, will have a first down. If you can't get to a radio to hear us each week, you can listen online to any and every NFL game we broadcast this season for free. Just go to our website, westwoodonesports.com. So line of scrimmage is the 7, 5:19 to go in the third. Had a lot of activity early in the quarter. Now we still have plenty of time left in this game. Minnesota now on defense trying to deal with the Philadelphia offense deep in their own territory. Hurts, shotgun, running play to Swift. Swift trying to push the pile, and he will get tackled at the 11. That's a 4-yard pickup for Philly. Just about everybody involved defensively for the Vikings, including Bullard and Phillips.
The Vikings continue to sit in a defensive set that has really 3 safeties hanging back around 10 to 12 yards, making them a little light up front. And you saw right there, that run got stuffed. But Philadelphia's offensive line just kept pushing, and he falls forward for 4 yards instead of 1 or 2 yards.
Swift remains in there on 2nd and 6. We're down to 4:40 to go in the third. Give it to him again. Sprint to the left side. Swift breaks a tackle. He's got a first down. He got to the second wave, and that's a 9-yard pickup. Evans had a chance to bring him down initially, could not, and they turned that into a new set of downs.
The problem right here for Minnesota is the first guy doesn't touch Swift until he's 4 or 5 yards down the field. The good thing for Philadelphia, they keep opening holes. That hole was on the left side, and they get to run again, and Swift almost got out of there for a long touchdown.
16 carries, 87 yards for Swift. Boston Scott was being checked out for a concussion. We have not seen him since. Hurts sets and throws to the left side. It is caught on a line by Goddard at the 25-yard line and then tackled by Harrison Smith. They'll take the 5-yard gain. The clock continues to roll. We're down to 3:47 to go here in the third.
Minnesota sits in a zone coverage right there. So Hurts just dropped back. He hits Goddard on the left side, throws it right outside the numbers, and they pick up a short gain because they're sitting there. Minnesota, if you're going to be back in zone, we're going to just take what you give us and keep moving the chains.
Eagles lead at 27-14 in the third quarter. Swift in the backfield. Hurts, shotgun, handoff. Swift dances to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, and brought down at the 36-yard line. Gang tackled there. Another first down on an 11-yard run. Good block from Dickerson, and now Swift is very close to cracking 100 yards on the night.
I always remember Coach Belichick saying, you want to intimidate a defense, let a running back or a runner finish on their feet. So they have to blow the whistle to stop. You don't actually tackle them. They just blow the whistle, and that's what Philadelphia is doing right now to Minnesota. They are just intimidating them and pushing them around and bullying them.
17 carries, 98 yards for DeAndre Swift, the former Lion. Give it to him again. He cracks 100. Swift across the 40, right along the hash marks, and he's tripped up at the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 9 yards for DeAndre Swift. And Philadelphia, once again, is taking over in the trenches.
Philadelphia's whole left side of the offensive line basically took the right side of Minnesota's defensive line and said, hey, move move that way, moved him out the way, and Swift, again, untouched until he's 8 or 9 yards into the secondary.
Rashad Penny is now in there just to give Swift a rest. Former Seattle Seahawk, 2 tight ends in this formation, under 2 minutes to go in the third. Penny gets his chance. Big hole for Penny, taking it up the middle, and he takes it to the 49, across midfield for a gain of 6.
Minnesota, they have to do something different. They can't just come out here and do the same thing. Somebody on that defensive line or linebacker, they have to decide, you know what? I'm going to go down and smack somebody in the mouth, because it doesn't matter who Philly has in that running back. It doesn't matter about any of that. They're handing the ball off, and they're getting 5 or 6 yards, and the chains keep moving, and the clock keeps ticking.
And when they look at film, Philadelphia is going to see every one of their linemen winning their individual matchup. So collectively, they are dominating up front. 1:15 to go in the third. Pass play for Hurts. Floats it to the near side. Caught at midfield. Tries the shake and bake move, and it's Rashad Penny who's brought down by Cameron Bynum. They'll pick up 5 yards, just keep Minnesota off balance a bit. Penny's got good speed and good instincts. Was a big-time producer at San Diego State. Had 2,248 yards rushing his senior year.
Minnesota probably lucked up right there. Jalen Hurts, if he holds the ball for another second, Devontae Smith was wide open in the middle of the field, but Hurts is being smart, taking what the defense gives him, but he might have had a big play right there.
We're down to 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. Philly in control. Handoff, Penny driving up the middle and tackled after the 2-yard gain. The Vikings were ready for him on that line, but now they don't have to run a play. Down to 20 seconds to go, third quarter, but Philly is rushing to the ball.
They might be trying to draw him off sides, knowing they don't have to snap it.
3rd down and 3. Hurts gets under center, and they did it. A jump from Minnesota. You've seen this movie before, Devin. Harrison Phillips. Kevin O'Connell just shaking his head along the Vikings sideline. The officials huddle up.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Well, you get it the easy way when they just hand it to you. It's the first Minnesota penalty of the night.
First penalty, but again, back to fundamentals that we talked about opening the half. Just not making a boneheaded play. When I was in New England, we used to try to yell out a code word so everyone would know they're probably not going to snap it. Just don't jump, because I've seen a lot of defensive linemen fall victim to that one.
And that is the end of the third quarter. Philadelphia 27, Minnesota 14. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Vikings 37 when we come back for fourth quarter action. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
An A-piece of Kentucky Fried Chicken's new hot and spicy wings is just $4.99. Prepped in secret spicy marinade, hand-breaded into crispy perfection. They're a delicious combination of heat and flavor. Kinda makes me want to celebrate. Hit it! Tasty, heat, tasty, heat, tasty, heat! Wings, am I right?
You're right. Grab an 8-piece of KFC's new hot and spicy wings for just $4.99. Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time. Or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Feeling great starts with a great shave. And great shaves start with Barbasol Shaving Cream. For whatever your day brings, start it off right with the American original, Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
Barbasol. Stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by AutoZone. All season long, you can listen to our broadcast of the NFL live on WestwoodOneSports.com, on the NFL app, by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports, or on our affiliate stations' digital platforms. AutoZone has free battery testing and charging. That's right. Get your battery tested and charged for free. Make AutoZone your end zone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Restrictions apply. Start of the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. Ian Eagle, Devin McCourty, and our Westwood One crew. Eagles looking to move to 2-0. Vikings trying to avoid an 0-2 start. Philadelphia's got the 27-14 lead with a chance to put more points on the board here.
And I just looked down. Cameron Bynum has 10 tackles. That tells the story about Minnesota's defense right now. Their free safety has 14 tackles, leading the team in tackles because all the runs are getting back to him as a free safety. I know he's looking at those guys in front of him saying, that's not why they pay me. They don't pay me to be tackling running backs one-on-one. Help a brother out.
Philadelphia, 251 yards of offense last week. 251 in the victory over New England. This has felt more like the Philly team we saw last year. 352 yards of offense with a full quarter to go. 1st and 10 at the 37 of Minnesota. Hurts sets and throws. Right side, knocked away by Murphy, stepping in front of A.J. Brown. Brown has not been a huge factor tonight. The big plays in the pass game have gone to Devontae Smith.
I'm excited about that right there. Byron Murphy sticks his foot in the ground, comes around with his right hand, sticks it between A.J. Brown's two hands, breaks up the pass, and I know he's saying, if I could get out of it a little faster, that's a pick six. I love seeing great defensive back play.
Feisty corner who came over as a free agent from Arizona. This is the 10th play of the drive. Hurts on the ground, left side run, Rashad Penny. He is spun down immediately by Metellus. Metellus left the game early with a shoulder injury, returned later in the second quarter, and now out there when they mix up their personnel in the secondary. It's going to be 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9 for Philly.
Defensive coordinator Brian Flores, he got it right that time. Sends Josh Metellus off the left side on a blitz, and he's able to run the run down on the other side of the field and tackle for a very short gain for a 3rd and 9.
Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Eagles up by 13, now moving from right to left. Shotgun for Hurts. 3rd down and 9 from the 36. Hurts steps up. He delivers a strike right along the numbers and just short of the first down to Devontae Smith. Harrison Smith with the tackle. It's going to be 4th and 1. And the offense isn't going anywhere.
Get ready for that famous play, Ian. I expect to see Hurts under center with a lot of guys pushing him.
And that's what they're doing, Devin. Tight formation. Hurts. They push it up front, and he's got the first down and a little extra. Needed a yard. They get it across the 25. They're going to mark it down there. Good enough for 3 yards, and they move the chains.
If you're not an Eagles fan, you hate this play. You say it's not fair. But the thing no one realizes, it's the offensive line.
Yes.
They're really good. They get movement on the quarterback sneak. Everyone runs the quarterback sneak. Not everyone has the success that Philadelphia has. It's because of that offensive line that they keep picking up first downs on the quarterback sneak.
They're just doing it better than other teams. Tight formation now. 2 receivers off to the right, 2 to the left. Hurts looping to his right. Hurts throwing. End zone. Right side. It's caught. Touchdown, A.J. Brown. Penalty marker on the play. Back at the 32.
Holding. Offense, number 23. 10-yard penalty. Replay the down.
It was a muted celebration for Philly. I think they knew it was the fans who got the word a little late.
Yeah, right there. We saw this earlier in the first half. Minnesota sees Philadelphia in something. They all start checking. Everybody's looking at each other. And then they only have 4 guys in coverage for 4 spread receivers. Everybody else was up on the line of scrimmage. They all blitzed, and Rashad Penny hurried up and grabbed pace because he thought he was going to have a free run to the quarterback. Even though Hurts got outside and was able to make a play, the holding penalty was the reason he was able to get outside.
There were 2 rushers that were making their way towards Hurts, and Penny had to choose one of them, and he got caught on the hold. So that's a bad penny. 27-14 Philly. I got loads of dad jokes.
I like that one.
Not an issue. Pump fake. Hurts, step and throw, looking, end zone, over the head of A.J. Brown. He had a step on the defender. Evans, the deep man, and Hurts couldn't quite locate him. Incomplete.
It looks like Evans is down on the play, but what a play by Evans to pick up this pass. Might have got there a little early, but as a former defensive back, I don't say anything's early because there's no flag. But a great play by Evans right there.
Yeah, definitely had a chop down on the arm of Brown, and now the deeper concern is for the health of Caleb Evans. Athletic training staff is out there. Nick Sirianni losing it on the officials after he saw the replay on the big screen. We're going to step aside here. With 12:51 to go in the fourth quarter, the Eagles lead the Vikings 27-14. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Aaron Rodgers is injured.
Rodgers is down. When the sports world is talking, nobody gives you more perspective than the experts of SiriusXM.
We've got some bad news.
The Jets have lost quarterback Aaron Rodgers for the season with a torn Achilles.
Hear instant reaction on Mad Dog Sports Radio.
I am absolutely sick to my stomach. Over before it even started.
Expert analysis on NFL radio and how it impacts your lineup on Fantasy Sports Radio.
Garrett Wilson, the ceiling comes down.
He's not a low one anymore. He's a mid-2.
Live sports talk when you need it on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Don't miss the all-new Rise and Shine, a SiriusXM podcast.
This is Adam Shine. Every Wednesday morning, we're going to make you remember why you love sports. The crack of the bat, the smell of the grass, the thrill of a buzzer beater, the heroes, the underdogs, the moments you remember forever. Join me, Bob Stu, and the most interesting guests in sports for the all-new Rise and Shine.
Download Rise and Shine right now on the SXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's SCHEIN.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy Kevin Hart, and guess what? I've got my own channel on Sirius XM, Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio, channel 96. We play the best stand-up comedy from some of my favorite comedians, and I got my own show. It's called Straight From the Heart, and I host it with a bunch of unattractive friends of mine. They call the Planet the Cup Boys. Every Tuesday and Thursday, real, raw, authentic conversation, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Laugh Out Loud Radio right here on Sirius XM, channel 96. Don't miss it.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. Familiar? You should be. Well, now you can catch Mad Dog's Daily Bite each day as a podcast, where you'll hear my thoughts and opinions on the biggest topics around the world of sports. NFL, baseball, golf, NBA, even the hockey. That you know you can count on. That's Mad Dog's Daily Bite. Drops daily anywhere you get your podcasts. And you can also hear me weekdays 3 to 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Unleashed, Sirius XM Channel 82, or anytime on the SXM app.
Got up on his own, but was noticeably limping back to the Vikings sideline. Just made the play on A.J. Brown. Eagles fans thought that there was a clear grab on the extension, but the officials didn't call it, so Philly's now got a 2nd and 20 from the Minnesota 35. Brown sets up along the right side. They're going to go empty here with Hurts working out of the gun. 3 receivers set left. Hurts looking to his left, now looks to his right. Hurts has plenty of time, trying to look downfield. Hurts could not break away at the 38-yard line as 2 defenders collided into Hurts, led by Danielle Hunter on the play. It's a loss of 3 and a sack.
Minnesota has continued to sprinkle in a little bit of this just 3-man rush and drop everybody else back in coverage. And each time they've done this, Hurts has to check the ball down, or right there, he holds the ball for a long time, cannot find anyone open, and just tries to run out of the pocket. But the 3-man rush is working a little bit for Minnesota.
Yep. 15th play of the drive. This is a 3rd and 23 at the 38-yard line of the Vikings. We hit 12 minutes to go in the fourth with the Eagles in front 27-14. Hurts in the pocket, trying to get out of trouble, and he is sacked again. At midfield, he kept fading, and Danielle Hunter explodes. Philadelphia faces 4th down and the 4th sack of the night for the Vikings D.
I sound like a repeat record, but again, that was another 3-man rush with a quarterback spy by Pace. As he sits there and he waits to see if Hurts is going to scramble. He doesn't. Hunter grabs the shirt, secures the sack, and Pace finishes it off for a big stop for Minnesota.
Sipos will punt it. Powell waiting at the 10. Sipos in some traffic, end over end, gets it off. Powell moves forward. Had some room to work with, but fair catch called for at the 14 after the 35-yard kick. Vikings get the football back with 11:19 to go in the fourth. Iron Eagle, Devin McCourty here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Philadelphia. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering over 1 million industrial-grade products, fast delivery, free technical support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Line of scrimmage will be the 14-yard line. It's a 2-score game, 13-point differential. That Philly drive went 9 minutes and resulted in a punt.
It was almost... we almost thought the game was over after a scramble by Hurts and he throws a touchdown, but the holding penalty really changed that drive. And for Philadelphia, yes, you don't get points. You get the big sack, but to use 9 minutes of clock here in the fourth quarter with a 2-score lead still helps you out and forces Minnesota to try to make a big drive right here.
And Devin, it's been a big part of the story. Time of possession is dominant, lopsided in favor of Philly tonight. Minnesota trying to do something with this possession on a toss to Madison, left side run. Madison carries a defender with him across the 20-yard line. Good block by Josh Oliver on the play, and he picks up 7 on first down. We're going to hit 11 minutes to go in the fourth with the Eagles in front by 13.
Probably the best run play of the night we saw from Minnesota. The problem is I think Philadelphia is okay with Minnesota running the ball right now. Tackle him after a 7-yard gain, line back up, knowing eventually Minnesota's going to have to drop back pass. And they brought Jalen Carter in for that reason.
Time of possession, Philadelphia, 34:57 off the clock. Minnesota, just under 14 minutes. Cousins, deep drop. Cousins lets it fly. It is dropped. Middle of the field, K.J. Osborne. That looked to be a clean, crisp pass, and Osborne could not haul it in. Incomplete.
Yes, we've been talking about Minnesota's offensive line all night. On this play, they did a good job. Pocket was clean. Kirk Cousins got to step up in the pocket, throws a great ball over the middle to Osborne. Just can't come down with it. Got to concentrate and reel that one in.
So now it's 3rd down and 3. 5 receivers set from the 21. Cousins looking to convert. Flips it. Perfect touch, and the catch made by Jefferson. Jefferson winds his way across the 40-yard line, and he's dropped at the 44. Injured Viking on the play. It is Odo who has stepped in at left tackle for Darrisaw. That's a 23-yard pass play, but they are already short on that offensive line. Oli Odo in his 5th year out of Elon. He got trucked on the play. And now the athletic training staff is out to check on it. We'll step aside with 10:24 to go. Fourth quarter. Philadelphia up 27-14 on the Vikings. Minnesota has got a first down when we come back. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
If for your business, the fall season is going to be a whole new ball game, then you need Indeed. Their integrated hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire quality candidates all in one place. Sponsor a job and Instant Match instantly sends you a short list of quality candidates from Indeed's resume database who fit your job description. No more hiring fumbles for your team. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It can be stressful when unexpected expenses come up, but Dave can help. Dave is the banking app that could help you get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. No interest, late fees, or credit check. Join the millions of people who have downloaded Dave and get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. Download the Dave app right now or go to dave.com. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve. Member FDIC.
At Boot Barn, we're driven by everything the cowboy boot stands for. The reliable communities of the West, the hardened values of the cowboy, and the unshakable spirit of all who lead a tenacious lifestyle. Justin Boots capture these Western ideals in every pair. Their handcrafted boots are an invitation into the continuing story of the West, open to all who dream of untamed lands and endless Western skies. Justin Boots at Boot Barn.
I need your help.
I got this.
Expendables 4 is definitely rated R.
Little violent, perhaps?
Jason Statham.
You almost killed me!
Sylvester Stallone.
You're welcome.
Expendables 4 in theaters September 22nd.
Which Nature Valley camp are you in? Classic with oats and honey crunchy bars? Sweet with chocolate crunchy dipped granola squares? Or Camp Savory with new shockingly snackable savory nut crunch bars? Try them all to decide. Nature Valley.
Watch every game, every Sunday, exclusively with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. Sign up now, get $50 off. For more information, visit NFLSundayTicket.com. Terms and conditions apply. Excludes digital-only game. Commercial use excluded. Well, the card is out for Oli Udoh. Getting a round of applause from these fans. He was helped to his feet. It appears to be the left leg of Udoh. And he got tossed down on the play as Cousins got crushed once again, but he released the football, and they convert the first down to Jefferson. 22 yards after the catch for Jefferson.
Yeah, the tough thing for Minnesota right now is they have one offensive lineman left on that sideline, so they got to stay healthy. And that big completion by Jefferson was just crossers. They had a lot of guys running across the middle, and it was really set up for Hockenson and Addison to try to pick for Jefferson. Slay tried to avoid them, and it freed Jefferson up for a big gain.
So now the veteran David Quessenberry will be in there at left tackle for Minnesota. It's a handoff. They're going to run that left side to Madison. Madison rumbles his way to midfield, and he gets chopped down there after the gain of 6. Good block by Quessenberry, who has played with Houston, Tennessee, and Buffalo, originally a 6th-round pick out of San Jose State in 2013.
They're right back on the ball. They're ready to go.
Running hurry here. Cousins pats and throws, and a bullet caught at the 35-yard line. Spin move by Jefferson. He's got a first down. Dropped at the 27 after the 22-yard pickup. Over 100 yards now for the machine, Justin Jefferson. That was a tight window.
That's what we call a pop pass. They kept everybody in and only released 2 receivers on the route. Hard play action. They block it up, and Cousins throws a very tight spiral in there to Jefferson, and he makes a tough catch, really with Slay laying right over top of him.
Because you can fit it into a pot?
There we go.
Oh, I'm learning. Flip to the left side. It is bobbled and incomplete. Josh Oliver, the intended receiver. Hockenson was featured mostly in the first quarter, and we've seen a little bit more of Oliver. Cousins took a shot from Josh Sweat on the play.
Yeah, that's a hard play right there. Cousins rolling to his left. A right-handed quarterback tries to swing his hips around, but Josh Sweat is all over him, saying, remember me from earlier in the game with that strip sack? I'm here again, buddy.
Line of scrimmage is the 28. 2nd down and 10 for Minnesota. 9:07 to go in the 4th. Eagles lead at 27-14. Shotgun for Cousins. Fake it and now toss it to the near side. Catch made by Chandler, trying to get outside, and he is brought down at the 24-yard line after the gain of 4. Zach Cunningham leading that charge for Philly, the linebacker.
Pretty good play design by Minnesota. They motion Addison all the way to the left side with Jefferson, put their 2 best receivers on the left and try to throw a little screen pass back to Chandler on the right. They pick up a couple yards, but a play that maybe they thought could be a bigger game, but they use their 2 best receivers as a decoy, hoping to bring the defense to one side.
Udoh has been ruled out with a knee injury. They're on their 3rd string left tackle, Quessenberry. Minnesota facing a 3rd and 6. Shotgun, Cousins. Cousins, step, throw to the far side. It's hauled in by Jefferson. First down. Mario Goodrich gets the assignment. Jefferson, a 14-yard pickup along that left sideline.
Earlier I said I wanted to give O'Connell a hug. He said, hold on, Devin, don't touch me yet. I still got some plays. He puts Jefferson on the right side out wide, but motions him to the left side where he ends up in the slot against Goodrich, and he's going to win that matchup. Usually they say 9 out of 10 times. I'm going 10 out of 10 times he wins that one.
First down at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal. Fake the handoff. Cousins looking. Cousins throws. End zone. Wide open. Touchdown. A dart from Cousins to KJ Osborne, and the Vikings are back. 10-yard score for Minnesota. Sweat was so close to getting the sack on Cousins.
I cannot say it enough. Cousins is as tough as they come tonight. He stands in there with Sweat barreling down on his back, just misses the strip sack from knocking the ball out of Cousins' hands, and finds Osborne wide open in the left side. Quisenberry holds up just enough time for Cousins to get the ball out, and I'm sure he wasn't thinking that he would be out there, but steps up with a big play.
The extra point is good from Greg Joseph, and we've got a 6-point ball game with 7:41 to go. Philadelphia with the lead, 27-21. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
AutoZone is more than a parts store. It's where we help you solve problems like, sorry I'm late, my battery died. And
I need a jump again.
At America's #1 battery destination, you can find the right battery at the right price with options starting at only $89.99. And we offer free battery testing and charging whenever you need it. Get the parts and help you need to get the job done right at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
For the ones who keep stadiums buzzing and shop floors running, there's Grainger. Keep your operations humming with professional-grade maintenance, safety, and industrial products from Grainger. Offering supplies and solutions for every industry, plus same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, Grainger can help you stay on top of your game. Not sure exactly what you need? Huddle up with Grainger's product specialists. They'll tackle your toughest questions to help you move your team forward. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
The copyright of tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Football on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited. Captain Kirk leading the way for the Minnesota Vikings. They have cut into the Philadelphia lead. It's now 27-21 Eagles with 7:41 to go in the fourth, and the Vikings will kick it off from left to right.
This is a big drive right here. This really could end the game if Philadelphia could get any points on the board. It'd be really hard for Minnesota. But last year, Minnesota was 11-0 in one-score games. Last week, they lost to start the season in a one-score game, but they're trying to live up to that reputation from last year and get back on track. And they cut it to a one-score game. Now it's time to try to go out and win it.
They finished 13-4 last season, lost to the Giants in the wild card round 31-24. Didn't make a whole lot of changes during the offseason. And the Vikings enter action at 0-1 after the 20-17 defeat to Tampa Bay last week. Joseph, ball on the tee, the approach, and the kick is on its way and over the head of Rashad Penny through the back of the end zone. The Expendables are back with new blood and the same attitude. See it in theaters September 22nd. Definitely rated R. Well, remember, Philadelphia had a 9-minute drive, didn't score, but the fact that they could control the ball, control the clock with the run game, we'll see what the approach is right here with Sirianni and offensive coordinator Brian Johnson. DeAndre Swift is in there. He's had a big night. Shotgun for Hurts with Swift to his left. Handoff. Hole is there. Left side run. Swift crosses the 30-yard line, and he is tackled at the 31 by Metellus. That's a gain of 6.
And Swift had a little bit more room because off that fake, Jalen Hurts acts like he's going to run. So you have to respect Hurts if he keeps the ball and runs. So that keeps one defender wide and allow Swift to hit that hole on the left side of the line of scrimmage and pick up extra yards because you have to respect Hurts' legs.
Remember, Evans limped off on the previous drive. He is out there now for Minnesota at the cornerback spot. Another running play. It's Swift again. Swift lowers the shoulder and drives to the 35-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Hicks and Phillips combined to bring him down. And they'll move the chains, and the clock will continue to roll down to 6:48 and counting left in the fourth.
Yeah, Philly says we can run left, then we can run right. We can run wherever we want. And if they keep moving the chains, I don't know how much time Minnesota's going to have when they get this ball back if they can keep picking up first downs on the ground.
202 yards rushing tonight. They were fifth in the NFL last season, just under 150 per game. Running play again to Swift. Shake and bake move to the 39-yard line, and that's where he is met by Metellus. It's a gain of 3.
Yeah, just a zone running play is what they call it. Offensive line just tries to get movement on the defensive line however they can, and then Swift does the rest, kind of finding whatever holes he finds behind the line of scrimmage, finds a little hole to the right side to pick up a few yards, and now we'll see if Philly decides to go in the air with this second down play.
Devin, we are under 6 minutes to go now in this fourth quarter. Shotgun for Hurts. Hurts, another running play. It's Swift trying the left side now, started on the right and picks up only 2 yards to the 41-yard line. Tackle made by Pace and Bynum. 5:38 and ticking left in the fourth.
Minnesota with a good stop right there gives himself a chance with a 3rd and 5. Now you have a passing situation, but with Jalen Hurts, you never know. He could always keep the ball and have a quarterback design run. But this gives them a chance to get the offense back on the field if they can get a big 3rd down stop.
It's 3rd and 5 for Philly. Shotgun for Hurts. Swift to his right. 2 receivers left. 2 to the right. Hurts to throw it. He delivers near side. Catch made. A.J. Brown turns it upfield for a first down into Minnesota territory, working just outside the numbers for a gain of 12.
Jalen Hurts got tired of seeing that 3-man rush. He said, you're going to rush 3. I'm going to find the soft spot in that zone. And he finds A.J. Brown. He's able to get between 2 defenders, pick up the first down yardage. And now guess what? Philadelphia keeps the ball, and they'll try to run more time off this clock.
4th catch of the night for Brown, 29 yards. First down at the 47 of the Vikings. 4:34 to go. Back to the ground game. A blast by Swift. Cuts it to the right. Swift might go to the 30, 25. Foot race inside the 10, and he's tackled from behind. DeAndre Swift punishing the Minnesota defense. And Swift rips off a 43-yard run deep in the fourth quarter.
Just such a big hole in the middle of the defense. For Minnesota, you know they're going to run the ball. You just wonder, how does that happen? But if you have DeAndre Swift on your fantasy team, you were angry last week, but tonight you are celebrating because he is showing every part of his game tonight running the ball for the Philadelphia Eagles.
23 carries, a career-high 166 yards. Handoff going up the middle. Swift trying to take it to the goal line, and he's brought down short. We're going to hit the 4:16 mark, and Minnesota has called a timeout. Phillips and Harrison Smith collaborate on the tackle. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Thursday night football.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
DeAndre Swift, one of the new faces on this Philadelphia team. The injury to Gainwell has opened the door for Swift, and he has taken advantage of the opportunity. Eagles have it 2nd and goal from the 2 and trying to put this one out of reach against Minnesota.
Now Philadelphia has a good problem. They have too many backs, so they'll be able to spread the love out to all these different running backs. Minnesota calling timeout to try to save time for the offense, but making them kick 3 would be big for Minnesota with these 2 downs they have left.
Hurts shotgun. Swift sets up to the right. Hurts on a give. Swift looking for a hole. Oh, what a move by Swift to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
We've been talking about how well this offensive line has played tonight. That one, we got to give credit to DeAndre Swift. He starts off going to the right, and then he cuts back to the left. But as he cuts back, Harrison Smith, one of the best safeties in the last decade, is waiting for him. And he makes a shake and bake move. He hits that L2 button on the PlayStation controller, makes him miss, and now he's in the end zone for a big go-ahead touchdown to be up 2 scores.
And that is a case where Swift earned it on that drive. Yes. You know, sometimes someone will trot in for the touchdown after someone else did the work. Swift did the work on that drive, cashes in for the score. The extra point is good from Jake Elliott. And now this is back to a 13-point lead with 4:13 to go.
Swift is liking this. He's saying, hey, guys, if other people aren't healthy, feed me the ball. I'm happy to run with it. And it's helping Philadelphia out to this big lead, 34 points. You can't stop that. That's hard.
Don't miss all the NFL action next Thursday night on Amazon Prime Video. The New York Giants meet the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, you can also hear Thursday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 Eastern on many of these same stations on the NFL app or online at westwoodonesports.com. So DeAndre Swift filling the role that GM Howie Roseman envisioned, someone that could do a lot of different things. He's also an excellent receiver. That's not even something that they've tapped into tonight. They've just leaned on the run game, and it's worked. Elliott kicks it off. Chandler deep, well over his head. Vikings have 4 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock, but they're down by 13.
Yeah, tough. And like you said, DeAndre Swift, 170 yards. 61 of those yards on the last drive where Minnesota knew he was going to be running the ball. That is what you call a tough football team. When you are able to run the ball and stop the run on defense, you are a tough football team, and that's what Philadelphia has been tonight.
So the Vikings have it at their own 25-yard line, trailing 34-21, and now on the verge of dropping to 0-2 on the season. Shotgun for Cousins, looks to throw and does. The ball bounces off the receiver, KJ Osborne, incomplete, and it was dangerous because it was out there for the taking for a moment with Josh Jobe in the area.
Osborne's going to be frustrated at the end of the night. This wasn't going to be a big play, but we're at the time in the game where you can't have any mistakes. His second drop tonight, just not keeping his eye on the ball and reeling it in. And like you said, I'm lucky that didn't get intercepted.
6 targets, 3 catches, 34 yards, and a touchdown for Osborne. 2nd and 10. Cousins in the pocket. Patson throws and somehow squeezes it in to Jefferson for a first down. Matched up with Darius Slay, and the snatch by Jefferson for 15 yards.
Ian, that was incredible right there. It looks like Slay's going to intercept the ball. The ball goes right between his hands and Jefferson's hands. Oh, man, Slay's going to be mad tonight.
From the 35, Cousins avoids the rush, throws it to the near side. The check down to Madison. He avoids the tackler initially, and now there are 5 Eagles there to surround him at the 42-yard line. Penalty marker thrown back at the 28. Nicholas Morrow, first man there as they circled around Alexander Madison. And the Vikings offense heading back.
Offense number 75. 10-yard penalty. 3-play first down.
It's the 6-year veteran, Pro Bowler in 2021, Brian O'Neill, called on the hold.
Yeah, I think right now Kirk Cousins' wife is sitting at home, and she's a little nervous because we're at the point in the game where everybody knows that Minnesota has to pass the ball. Now they're behind the sticks. It's 1st and long. Philadelphia has the pass rushers in. They are ready to go. And Cousins, that toughness has showed up all night, and he's going to need a little bit longer, about 3 minutes and 30 seconds more of this toughness.
You watched quarterback, didn't you?
I did. I like quarterback, too.
You did. You got to know Kirk Cousins, the human being, and his wife and family. 1st and 20 now for Cousins. Flip it to the left side. Catch made by Chandler. Chandler trying to work towards the sideline, and Zach Cunningham grabs the jersey and doesn't let go as he is dropped just across the 30-yard line, a gain of 5.
For as well as Philadelphia's rushing the quarterback, you have to really give your hats off to them because they're rushing the quarterback in these screen plays that Minnesota has called. They're still getting out and getting to the runner and only giving up 5 yards on the screen play. That's really good movement by the defense.
2nd and 15 from the 30, under 3 minutes to go. Cousins will float it to the far side, and Madison couldn't haul it in. Fletcher Cox with a hit on Cousins as he released the football, and now it's going to be 3rd and 15.
Not surprising again. Cousins is throwing a short pass, but even though it's a short pass, Fletcher Cox comes through the middle of that offensive line and pushes Cousins to the ground. Minnesota has to start to keep a stat. How many times one of the offensive linemen have to reach down and help Kirk Cousins up after a play, and they have to decide to cut that down each game because this is just not going to be winning football.
3rd and 15 from the 30-yard line of Minnesota. Philly comfortably in front, 34-21. Shotgun for Cousins, looking to throw. Cousins will throw. Catch made by Hawkinson down at the 42-yard line. That is short of a first down. Covers 12 yards. And Cousins has now gone over the 300-yard mark through the air tonight.
Now a 4th and 3, really, this is for the game. 4th and 3. Philadelphia will see what they play as Slay goes over there to run with Jefferson to match up. And this is the play of the game right now.
4th down, 3 yards. Cousins throws it. Hawkinson, he feeds it to him right over the middle for a first down. Into Philly territory. That covers 11 yards. And now Hawkinson has 60 yards on 6 catches and a touchdown tonight. Tackle made by the linebacker, Nicholas Morrow. Trying to get a play off before the 2-minute warning. They do. Cousins looks, throws underneath. Madison, catch and grab, and he darts to the 30-yard line. Nicely done by Madison to make a defender miss. Eventually, Josh Jobe got to him, and we have reached the 2-minute warning here in Philly. Minnesota's going to have it at the 31-yard line of the Eagles, trailing 34-21. Philly in front. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means... Wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Catch it all this season with NFL Plus. NFL Plus brings you live games on mobile, NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, game replays, and more, all in one place. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Terms and conditions apply. We're down to 1:55 to play. Ian Eagle, Devin McCourty, the rest of our Westwood One crew. Thursday Night Football, Week 2, here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. Eagles 34, Vikings 21, Minnesota with a first down at the 30-yard line of Philly. Madison in the backfield, Cousins shotgun, 4 receivers set. Cousins with a flag down, pump and throw. He's got Madison over the middle along the left hash. Oh, the ball gets jarred loose. Philadelphia pounces on it. Mario Goodrich knocks it free. The question is going to be the penalty marker at the 27-yard line. Evans on the recovery for Philly. And the officials will come together to determine what the issue was. They're pointing towards Philadelphia. We'll get the word here from Clay Martin.
The ruling on the field was a fumble recovered by the defense. However, offside, defense number 97 lining up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. It's 1st and 5.
It is Kentavious Street with the penalty, so no fumble, no recovery. Minnesota maintains possession.
Saves Minnesota, but, I mean, that's just not a smart play. It's a nice game. It would have been nice to get that gain instead of the 5 yards.
Yep.
But, again, not protecting the ball. They continue to hurt themselves not protecting the ball. But get lucky there.
4 fumbles tonight for the Minnesota Vikings that put them in this hole to begin with. Shotgun for Cousins. Down to 1:44 to go. He throws it over the middle, and it is incomplete. broke it up. Hawkinson, the intended receiver, he was looking for a flag. Justin Evans got over there. It was a bang play. And they're going to now face a 2nd and 5.
Well, I mean, now you can call it even. You know, Minnesota might have got away getting there a little earlier in the game. And right there, I think Evans did jump on Hawkinson's back, maybe a half a second early to break up that pass. But like I always say, no flag, no penalty. Good job by Evans in the defensive backfield.
You always said that your entire life. 2nd down and 5. Cousins throws it to the near side. It's caught by Jefferson inside the 10. The chemistry between those two is through the roof. 20 yards on the hookup, and 1st and goal at the 6.
Slay is going to be really angry at himself tomorrow. Another play where his hands are just so close to the ball, but Kirk Cousins puts it in there right on the line.
Shotgun. Cousins will flip it, and it is caught for the touchdown. TJ Hawkinson, his 2nd of the night for Minnesota. And the Vikings still have a pulse.
This is what we've seen all night from Minnesota. They continue to move the ball. Kirk Cousins has found receivers when he's had time. He hits Hawkinson on a crossing route across the middle with one of the defenders draped on his back. A tough catch for a touchdown, but now only 1 minute and 10 seconds left. They're going to have to try an onside kick or something to try to take the lead.
That is 4 touchdowns on the night for Kirk Cousins. Greg Joseph, extra point. He nails it. 1:10 to play. Minnesota has cut it to 6. So they've given themselves a chance here in primetime. That's been an issue in games that Kirk Cousins has started. Primetime win-loss numbers have not been great for Cousins. 30th start in primetime as teams are 11 and 18.
And Ian, that's what's been tough because tonight, Kirk Cousins is 31 of 43, 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interception. A lot of coaches would love that game out of their quarterback after he's been knocked around, but the fumbles have hurt them. And now, usually every Friday or Saturday, you go through these situations. One team, you do your onside kick. The other team does your onside recovery, and you practice it. You don't know when it'll come up, but right now it comes up, and it's the biggest play of the game because if you recover this, essentially the game's over, and if you get it, now you have another chance to try to go and take the lead. So it all comes down to a play that probably only gets practiced once a week for every team, but it's really important.
Greg Joseph, originally from South Africa, moved to the United States at the age of 7 to Boca Raton, Florida. Timeout taken by Philly. They wanted to see what the setup was going to be for Minnesota. Every Westwood One football broadcast this season is once again available on all Alexa-enabled devices. Just say Open Westwood One Sports. You'll be taken straight to the action. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. So the Vikings have given themselves a chance here thanks to Kirk Cousins and his 4 touchdowns through the air, 2 of them to TJ Hawkinson, the tight end. And now it's going to come down to executing the onside kick with Greg Joseph. He just lays the ball at the 35. Hans team is out there for Philly.
And that's always important, Ian. You want to see, is that ball on a tee? Is it on the ground? So Philadelphia will communicate to each other that it's on the ground, and we'll see what kind of kick we get.
Joseph sets up to the right of the football. Remember, he's righty as a kicker, and he tries to just ground it at the 49, and Philly is ready for it. It did not have a whole lot of spin, and the Eagles are on top of it, pushing and shoving at the end of the play. If he was looking for that thing to twirl and take a funky bounce, it just didn't happen. Devontae Smith, part of the Hands team, was there, and that was easy pickings for Philly.
That's what's so hard. You can practice that play over and over again, but you really don't know what kind of kick you're going to get. And that kicker, the kickers practice it all the time, pre-practice, after practice, but sometimes it just doesn't spin the way you need it to spin.
And in this particular case, it didn't spin. It was a sitter. Hurts takes the snap, Handoff to Swift. We have 1:05 to go. Minnesota with 2 timeouts remaining. They're going to use one of them here. And this thing is right on the precipice of going into the Philly win column.
Yeah, they'll try to use their timeouts. They have one left. It's just tough right now. I think Philadelphia does a good job right there, runs the ball instead of taking a knee, try to take a couple extra seconds off the clock. But after this next timeout that Minnesota will use after this play, you know, their biggest enemy is going to be that clock ticking down to double zeros.
So 1:05 to go. Philly's going to run a play here on the ground. And then the last timeout for Minnesota. Handoff again, it's Swift. Minnesota tackles him after a gain of a couple. Brought down to the 45-yard line, and that stops the clock with 1:01, and that's it for the Vikings. So obviously if Philly gets a first down, it's over. If they do not, you're talking about just a few seconds that'll be left, and then Philly will have to make a decision on 4th down.
Just a tough game for Minnesota. You probably criticize the defense, but the turnovers have hurt them more than anything in this game.
258 rushing yards tonight for the Philadelphia Eagles. Hurts on a give. Swift is upended as he hit the 44-yard line. DJ Wanham, first man there, and Minnesota cannot stop the clock. There is a 15-second difference between play clock and game clock, and a 4th and 5 for Philly. So they're just going to use as much clock as possible, let this thing wind down, and then figure out what their next move is.
I think they may try to draw them off sides first before probably using a timeout.
Yep. They've rushed to the line, trying to get them to jump. They did it once before. We're down to 18 seconds left, 17 seconds left. Vikings aren't moving, and now they'll absorb the flag with 13 seconds to go.
Offense number 88. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So it's Goddard called on the false start.
Smart play by Goddard. If you get caught, it's a penalty. It doesn't hurt you. If they don't catch you moving and you make somebody else move, you get a first down and the game's over. But Minnesota gives themselves a chance right now. They have one punt left. They're going to rush and then have a returner back to kind of go from there. And they'll have to make a decision. Do they want a fair catch and run, a couple plays on offense? Or does Powell decide to try to make a big play like we watched Monday night to end the game? And we'll see here. But, when you force a team to punt, it puts a lot of pressure on you with only 15 seconds left.
Well, things can go haywire.
Yes.
We know, we've seen it through the years. A bad snap, a drop by the punter, or obviously the one that Minnesota is hoping for is a return that goes the distance. If you're Sipos and the Eagles, you're looking to angle this thing. You're trying to limit the options here for Brandon Powell, who is standing at his own